Hello and welcome to Power Play. I'm Rick Budd, your GM, and three people you see. Sam is here. They will pop into that window any moment now. These three lovely and talented people you see before you are B. Zelda, our Ulez Galley, Caitlin Bruder, our Benny Beckett, Sam Delev, our Kadrax Eversinger, is invisible right now, use of superpowers. And that last fellow you see there, that is Omar Najam, our Vion Vigor. And I would like to start today off by throwing a big happy birthday out to Omar. Omar, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday! It's your day of birth. This is a fortuitous day.
Omar was born today, this morning, in case yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he was not born yesterday.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
As a gift, Sam, let me get that one just a few seconds earlier.
So yes, we're gonna spare you the traditional singing of the happy birthday because nobody wants that with over 4 or 5 microphones at once. So we're Omar, happy birthday, and I want to throw out a special thanks to Jake and Lauren and the mods and everybody at QueueTimes. Because you do what you do, we can do what we do. Check out all the awesome stuff going on at QueueTimes right now. Now, normally, your subs and your bits help support QueueTimes, but this month, your subs and your bits will be going to the Rainbow Railroad Charity, an organization that helps LGBTQ individuals escape violence and persecution in their home countries. Jake is donating 100% of QueueTimes Twitch profit to them this month. So feel good about sending in those subs and those bits. Really important cause. So thank you, Jake. And as always, your donations to the tip jar that you see on the bottom of the screen go to the people on screen. It is also kind of a worthy cause. Our Feed the Cast Fund. It's, the cat.
It's Pride Month. There are some people with lots of gay feelings. So I think ultimately, yeah.
I only have this much bagel. Feed the cow.
Yes. Feed poor Sam, who only has 1/4 of a bagel left. And to that end, we've got some rewards. Here's how they work. As always, at $50, the team gets a point of community determination. Right now, I see they have 1 point of community determination left from last week, and I think Kadrax has 2 points and Ulez has 1 point, and that's it. And if we get to $150, the mysterious benefactor, chat can provide the team with a gift. As we know, outside of the universe, inside the universe, the team has a mysterious benefactor who can send them gifts wherever they happen to be in time or space. You'd think I know this shtick by now, but outside of the universe, we know that mysterious benefactor is you. And this week, if we get to $150, you can send the team a second use of the Hypno credentials, which are very similar to, but legally distinct from, Doctor Who's psychic paper. So a second use of the Hypno credentials, which last time I think they used to impersonate library inspectors. So
worth it.
Oh, yeah. God, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Impersonate? Hypno credentials say it. We are library inspectors.
I stand corrected. So yes, second use of the Hypno credentials if we get to $150. And if we get to $250, the after credits lore drop, a revealing glimpse of some important but previously unseen part of our story or universe. You can always see these tiers in chat with the command unlocks, and if you can't support us by donating, you can help us by liking and commenting on YouTube videos and sharing tweets, helping promote the show. We really appreciate all that, and we appreciate all the fan art that y'all have been doing recently. Just that stuff we show each other. It just makes us gush. We love it. Thank you so much to everyone who does that. And now you can get Power Play merchandise. There are t-shirts and stickers with Caitlin's wonderful character art, both the original and both updated versions. So from season 1, season 4, and season 6, you can get t-shirts with any of those on them. They are available at the QueueTimes Stream Elements store. Jake will drop that link in the chat if you want some merch. The game we play here is called Icons. It is published by Ad Infinitum Adventures. It was created by Steve Kenson, a very cool guy who you can find on Twitter at @skenson. Give him a follow. The book edition that I have is published by the good people at Green Ronin, who have been very kind to our friend Jake this week. And they were sold out of the book last time I checked, which we personally take complete credit for. I think we sold out I'm just going to go ahead and say we sold out the whole run. It was us. But you can still get a PDF, and Ad Infinitum sells print to PDF versions if you want that. Oh, I am being told we unlocked the first tier already. Thank you so much, everybody. That gives the team 2 points of community determination to start with, and we are very much on our way to opening the Hypno credentials. So thank you so much. You can follow the show at PowerPlay RPG on Twitter and Instagram. PowerPlay is available as a podcast for the podcast inclined. Check it out wherever fine pods are casted. And I thought this was going to be a very short season at 8 episodes. We're going to do 8 episodes this season, and then we're going to do the NPCs of Port Ruby one-shot. But sometimes these things kind of balloon out of control a little bit, and you kind of start looking down the line, and it looks like you might not quite have the room to do everything you thought you were going to do. So we are adding one more episode, a 9th episode, to this season of Power Play. So what that means is you can mark down that the Power Play series finale will be coming to you on July 17th. And between now and then, you get an episode a week, and somewhere in the middle there, we are going to drop the NPCs of Port Ruby one-shot. So, yeah, July 17th for finale, for a grand total of 9 episodes. But I don't know. I'm real happy about it. It's I already missed these people, and we still got episodes left. I love you. Okay,
then
so
make a better
that's
coordination check.
Make a better coordination. I've not been good with the dice this season, but I guess I'm GM. I could just fudge it. Yeah, I got a 12. That's the announcements. Time for Power Play. And welcome back. So yeah, you get another look there at Caitlin's new amazing intro sequence, which I still just cannot get over. If you want to see it, Caitlin tweeted it out. You can run it over and over again to your heart's delight over on Twitter. I watched it like 50 times after we got it. So previously on Power Play, the team was confronted by the Red Mist, who explained how he got into the stone sarcophagus that the Vikings were burying and everything that had happened to him since. He also claimed that evil forces in Port Ruby were aligning against him, and he wanted the team's help in defeating them. However, he thought the team wouldn't believe it unless they figured it out for themselves, so he told them to investigate the fate of Daniel Cizik, the director of the National Bureau of Antiquities of the People's Republic of Ostrovia, who the team had helped rescue Abigail from the vault at Fripp Mansion back in Season 3. Their investigation led the team back to Fripp Manor, where they tried to question Jonathan Fripp about Cizik, but he was not super helpful. After spending a day helping Vion figure out who murdered him, the team got a request for help from Abigail Fripp's mother, Gracie. Jonathan Fripp had been kidnapped, and Gracie wanted the team to help save him. The trail led to Aaron Bomberg, the son of the team's old enemy, Mickey Bomberg, who was armed with sonic weaponry based on the designs Crescendra had made for Twister Whitlow back in 1934. The team ultimately saved Jonathan Fripp, but during the fight to free him, Cadrax took a sonic bullet to the chest, which Vion had to phase them to remove, Cadrax being somewhat phasing averse. The team ultimately saved Jonathan Fripp, but after being phased, Cadrax could no longer feel the humming of the universe or hear the song of the choir beyond. And we pick up 2 days later on the morning of Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. You saved Jonathan Fripp on Sunday the 3rd. And you all start the day catching PR1 News with Stella Combs. And Stella says, information continues to trickle out about the kidnapping of billionaire industrialist Jonathan Fripp. Fripp, noted for his many philanthropic gifts to Port Ruby, was abducted from his office on the evening of Saturday, October 2nd. The captain of industry was rescued the following day by Eversinger, Magnova, Sunflower, and the Spirit of Justice. But PR1 has learned the rescue came so close to the deadline that Fripp's company ultimately paid the ransom in full before he was saved. Those monies are still unaccounted for. Though famous for his reclusiveness, Fripp has apparently been cooperating with the city's departments of investigation and safety and has identified this man, and a mugshot of Aaron Bomberg appears on the screen. Aaron Bomberg, son of reputed crime boss Mickey Bomberg of masterminding the kidnapping. A warrant for Bomberg's arrest has been issued, and sources inside the Department of Investigation tell us he is believed to have gone on the lam. More on this story as it becomes available. Now we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, we'll talk with a UFO conspiracy theorist who says that since the existence of alien life has now been firmly established, he's turning his attention to leprechauns. And it cuts to commercial break. Now, we're in Vion and Ulez's apartment. Ulez, I'm going to say you spent Monday at Carpa Storage with Molly Darnell working on your ship. And there's still work to be done, but Molly believes it is almost ready.
Ooh.
After you came home, you resumed work on cracking the hard drive that you took from Jonathan Fripp's office, which you have been very intent on getting open. That's what you've been doing ever since. Give me an intellect roll with your tech bonuses to see how you're doing.
Absolutely. That is going to be 13, 14, 15, 16. I got a 3 there. 16.
Okay. 16. Okay. Your system continues working on the password while you, I don't know, maybe you're playing with Lorgen or something like that.
There's one of Beyond's records playing. Ulez often picks them by the colors, whatever the colors of both the disc and the cardboard are. And Lori likes the music. Like a psychedelic orange and red, perhaps. Yeah, very pretty. Very pretty. So Ulez has that playing.
Okay.
Like neon. Sorry, I think neon.
Yeah,
is
sure.
the correct term.
Some like cream or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
like one of those old like 60s album covers, like so yeah, and maybe Lorgen, learning how to dance or something.
We're trying.
And
okay, keep moving your feet.
And then there's a knock on the door.
Do we have a peephole? Have we ever discussed a peephole?
I imagine we would have
You
one.
probably do, yeah. So if you look through the peephole, you see the face of Sandy Carpa.
Oh, I opened the door. Well, we greet you.
Yeah, Sandy Carpa, played by Cheech Marin, says, hey, Ulez, you got a minute?
Oh, I have many minutes.
And he walks in and he's carrying like a big rectangular thing wrapped in brown paper. And but he stops when he notices the hard drive on the counter, and he says, what's that?
Oh, it is a hard drive that I am attempting to crack. There are many layers of security, many more than I have ever encountered, even with the government.
This connected to one of your cases?
Of course.
You amaze me. You came here from an advanced civilization across the universe. You lost your memory. You had to rediscover who you were. You became part human. And then instead of just obeying your programming or whatever, you chose your own purpose in this world to be a detective and a hero and help people. I wish more humans were like you.
Oh, well, that is very kind of you to say. We believe there are a lot of humans that are like myself. There are so many with dreams and ambitions. If just they had the resources and more guidance, they could accomplish their passions, much like I have. I've had the resources of friends.
I hope that's true. Anyway, I got you something. And he hands you the big rectangular thing wrapped in brown paper.
Is this where we delicately or aggressively tear the paper?
Well, normally I'm very aggressive about it, but with this, maybe I'd be a little more careful.
Oh, okay. And then Ula's like painstakingly. Everybody's probably had that family member or friend who just takes way too long to take off the paper. They preserve the tape. The paper is immaculate. There's not a tear in it. They make sure every bit is unfolded and then they fold it back. It's awful. So Sandy has to watch all of that until it is unwrapped.
Yeah, and inside you find the picture of the pink bumble ribbon that you drew with crayons on Sunday morning. Only now it is professionally framed and matted in an incredibly elegant and probably extremely expensive wooden frame.
This is beautiful. This means it can be preserved.
Yeah, well, I thought it was beautiful too, and that it should be preserved.
Oh. This is incredibly kind. What has inspired this kindness?
I don't know. You're my best friend.
Oh, Sandy, we consider you our best friend. You and I are able to sit in silence and put on paper whatever our feelings feel like and look like, and we can translate that through crayon, markers, paint, ink. It has truly been valuable knowing you.
And as you and Sandy continue to talk about art, we're going to go over to the Doran Park Cafe in Yard Hill over in Baronsdale. Vion, you are arriving at the Doran Park Cafe. You were invited here for brunch by your sister, Amira Banerjee, played by Tira Sircar. And when you enter, you see her sitting in a booth on the far side of the room. She waves at you. And
I head over. I will add that Vion is looking more tired than usual. Like just like intense, like bags under his eyes, as he kind of like strolls over. Hey, sis. Sorry,
hey!
wait. I'm doing the voice. You know me. We're related. Hey.
You can do the voice if you want. Whatever makes you comfortable.
No, that's right.
And this is on me. What do you want? Coffee, tea, espresso? All three mixed in one mug, whatever you want.
An English red eye. I don't even know what that would be. No, I'll get a. And I turn to like I really quick. This is important, but what is the like coffee setup at this particular cafe like? Does it look like it's like a casual, or like do they take it seriously?
No, it's casual.
Okay. In that case, I'll grab a cappuccino.
Okay, and she, calls the waiter over and orders you your cappuccino. She sits down and says, okay, so I asked you here today because there's something I thought you should know.
Okay. And I pull out like a notepad and paper and a pen.
Oh, I don't think you're going to, no. While you were traveling through time, which is still incredibly weird to say out loud, I occasionally came by your apartment to check on things.
Okay.
Anyway, one day while I was there, I ran into someone else who was coming to check in on you too. Mm-hmm. We got to talking, then we went out for coffee and then drinks, and now, well, we're kind of maybe sort of a little dating. He was supposed to meet us, but oh, there he is, and she points to the door. And you turn to the door to see Pete Alameda, played by Lin-Manuel Miranda, walking in. And he kind of waves, and he's sort of like, hey, Vion.
I look between the two of them just completely aghast. Hold on, let me get this. I'm sorry. And I stand up. Pete, it is so good to see you. And I give like Pete just like a heavy hug.
And he's just like, yeah, man, it's been way too long.
Yeah, it has. For me, it's been very strange because like the time for me is starting to slip out of meaning. Hey, real quick, listen, and I kind of like shield Pete's view of my sister. Between us, real quick, what is the purpose of you being here?
And like he sort of kind of tries to look to the left and the right, and he can't quite see him. He's like,
yeah.
Well, we wanted to talk to you and tell you.
You and whom exactly?
Me and Amira.
Yeah, and how to, and you two know each other in what manner? I turned back around. I knew you were lying to me. There's absolutely no way. No way. You two are dating? And I like,
and it's like, and then Pete's just like, oh, you told him. Okay. Whew.
So you weren't lying. So this is happening.
Yeah, I hope that's okay.
First of all, not my jurisdiction. And I give Pete like another hug, like a deep hug. And I turn to my sister and go, I have never known you to have good taste. And I am so, and I grab her hands and just hold them. I am so happy to be surprised in this moment.
And she's like, first of all, I resent that first part. Even though
but
you're
it's
probably
true.
right.
But you know it's true. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Yeah.
And thanks, bro. And she gives you a heavy hug.
Vion starts like goes to say something and then pauses and very gratefully accepts the coffee that's then served, and he takes a sip and just kind of looks between the two of them and says, it's been on my mind lately, I guess. And Pete, since you're sort of in a way family now, I don't mean to accelerate or put any pressure on both of you, but I'm just dropping the voice for you as well now, Pete. Welcome in. You're in the circle now. I've been thinking lately about the invasion and how the city stood up for itself and how we were gone for a portion of time, the sort of defenders of Port Ruby, as we're kind of being called right now. And the city stood up and defended itself, and life went on. And so this, and I take like her hand in his hand. I know I'm being very dramatic. I'm sorry. I'm not getting a lot of sleep these days, but life going on is a good thing. And I just like hold both of their hands very intensely. This is very good, and I'm very happy for both of you.
And he's just like, that means so much to me. And life's going to go on for all of us together now. And he kind of looks in the mirror and he smiles and he looks at you and he says, so you read any good books lately?
Have I read any good books? Vion thinks about all the books, all the books that I have been reading recently. And just for the sake of us, like flashes of just like cauldrons and like skeletons and just like blood magic are like going through my mind. I'm just like, so many.
And he starts going into a big long jag, asking you about books you were reading and pitching stuff that he's into these days. And while y'all talk about that, we're gonna zip over to, let's say, the Tanner Street Community Center. Benny.
Hello.
Let's say you're spending the morning meditating in your drained pool. What's that like? What do you do there these days?
Kind of after everything being so chaotic and wild for so long, going back to kind of the pool, back to basics kind of has been her thing. She goes pretty regularly. And there was so much time, like through time traveling and stuff, and then with coming back and having to do, intergalactic battle or whatever, was the only time she was burning was for violence or combat, or something was very dire and very stressful, and she's worked really, really long and hard to not associate burning with fear. And so she kind of takes time now to go to the pool, the empty pool, and be surrounded by the pretty vegetation, the green, like the light filtering through and being green and kind of fresh, and then just sitting on the scorched tiles at the bottom of the pool and just being love. I think she's brought out like a Bluetooth speaker now at this point, because it's not like quite so like dire to be meditated now. It's just probably just like listening to some music, whatever, maybe just like finding a local radio station, supporting some like young radio station that like some like that does like local musicians and stuff like that. And so she's just hanging out, laying probably flat on her back in magma form, listening to music.
All right. Yeah, that sounds perfect. And over at Cadrax's apartment in Baronsdale. Cadrax,
Yes.
You have not felt the hum or heard the song of the choir beyond since Vion pulled that sonic bullet out of you. And right now, Abigail is at work, but Keith Sutton, played by Elliot Page, has dropped in to check on you. And let's say you've kind of been updating him a little on what's going on. And so he's just sort of listening and kind of, so you can't hear the choir at all anymore?
No, it appears that is not. What do they call it? A thing.
Huh. What do you think that means?
I think there is a fairly straightforward inference, albeit one that I did not expect when the time between my resurrections grew ever shorter. I thought it was, perhaps it is hubris. I thought it was building toward something, not a candle wick growing ever shorter and burning out.
Oh, wow. So you think like the choir, they knew this was coming?
They are beyond many things, beyond mortality, yes, but beyond space and time. I'm sure their ways are mysterious, and I do not know, Dr. Sutton. I don't know what all of this was for.
How are you doing?
And yourself?
Well, myself is a little concerned for you. And I want to be clear that I don't know what I can do, but whatever it is, I am here for you 100%, 24/7. You pick up a phone, I come running. We're family.
That is an accurate assessment. But you need not fear. Although I do not appear to have the capacity for resurrection, that does not change the nature of my oath. Just as I was sworn to protect before I was an Eversinger, so am I now. And I do not believe that any of this is a sign of the choir's disfavor. I don't think I did anything wrong. So I do not believe this is a punishment. This is merely what has to be.
If the choir judged anything that you did wrong as worthy of this, if this is something they did to you, then to hell with the choir.
You can't say that. I suppose you can.
Let them come here and try and stop me. And then dog goes ruff, and he's and Elliot, Sutton's like, yeah, see, dog agrees.
I do not know how it works with the human deities or ancestors, but I would strongly urge you, as you come to learn more about your people from your other planet, that we do not respond well to being tested.
Well, my oath is to support you, and I'm going to uphold that oath too.
Would you consent to have limbs wrapped around you?
I demand it.
I hug Dr. Keith Sutton.
And on that image, we go back to Ules over at Viana and Ules' apartment. You and Sandy are just about done hanging that picture when you get a signal from your internal system. You have cracked the password on the hard drive that you took from Jonathan Fripp's office and now have complete access. What do you want to do?
Oh, Sandy, we must pause, please. We are considering. We need to sit down. All is well, fear 0%, but we have cracked the code, that hard drive. And Ules will like kind of frantically point at the hard drive.
I don't want to get in the way of detective stuff. My work is done here. You do what you got to do. I'm going to go.
Oh, okay. We thank you. We thank you. I thank you very, very graciously. We have never truly possessed a form of art to put on a wall that has been captured in the frames that you humans use. It is wonderful.
Well, get used to it, because I think a lot of the stuff you do is going to be display worthy. And he heads off, leaving you with the hard drive. What do you want to do?
Look through the files. What are the file names? What do we got in there? Is it contacts? Is it saved emails? Is it illicit photos? Is it bank passwords?
Okay. Sadly, no illicit photos.
Darn. Oh, the frick.
So you spend some time, which for you is pretty quick because you can interface directly with this thing, going through everything on the hard drive, and it contains business records of several companies owned by Fripp. Those companies are called Oakgate Solutions, Motion Medical Supplies, and Pixel Fine Electronics.
Okay.
And there is nothing particularly interesting about the records as far as you can tell. It's just like kind of ordinary business accounting stuff.
Okay, and if I cross-reference those specific business names with anything that's available on the regular internet, can I confirm that they're real?
You find references to all of these businesses. They, Fripp owns a lot of businesses. These are small ones compared to most of the stuff in his empire. But those are the three that were on the drive that he was working with at his office.
Okay.
And while you were looking at those, everybody gets a text message from Department of Investigation Captain Leon Neal, played by Cal Penn, who says, supervillain robbing an armored car at Watch Street and 5th in Yard Hill.
Forgive me, Dr. Sutton, for it appears another criminal is attempting to fail to rob a bank. This time the bank is in a car.
Go superhero, but be careful.
You as well.
Everybody heads out?
Yeah.
I turn, before I jump out the window, I turn around. Be the excellent dog that you are. Now I'm out.
I mean, if that's the case, I probably should flip the record over for Lori and then go.
It's not a bad idea.
B-side.
Lori at this point just kind of dancing.
When the tracks are all complete, you lay down a nap, okay? We have we gotta go to Yard Hill. We will see you, Lori. And
you okay, so Cadrak, you're flying over. How's everybody else traveling?
How far am I?
You are in hey Jake, can we have the Baronsdale map? You are in Warehouse City. So Yard Hill is, a good ways west, probably 20 minutes or so.
Oh, geez. Then
In your
Cadric.
ear,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, in your ear, you hear. By the way, Benny, you have flight.
okay, I do that.
All right. So we have not talked about what the range on that power is beyond, but for narrative convenience, we will say that you are able to send Benny the power of flight.
Yeah.
So she can make her way over from Warehouse City, which you see just above the word Baronsdale, over to Yard Hill, which is kind of right there on the middle in the west. So, Vion, you also flying over?
Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I'll excuse
Ulez?
myself and just like when I get that message.
Teleporting.
Okay, so Watt Street and Fifth is major intersection, heavy traffic, lots of businesses. And I'm going to say, Ulez, you pop onto the scene first, but it doesn't take the rest of you to arrive, much longer to arrive. And as you get there to that intersection that Leon Neal specified, you immediately see what you're looking for. There is an armored car flipped over in the middle of the street. It is blocking traffic. Crowd has gathered everywhere to stare because, this is quite a sight. And the whole armored car looks like it is being kind of strangled by like thick vines. You can see, I'm not going to make a roll for investigation because it's plain sight. They are sort of cracking the bulletproof windshield of the armored car, pulling tires off the axles. Chassis is kind of crushing a little bit, like tin.
Did in the text, was that the whole thing? There wasn't like, what is this car transporting? Is it like a bank thing? Is it like a...
Nope, that's all he told you.
Well, I don't... What if there's like hazardous materials in there? I don't want to get close then.
Give me an investigation roll, everybody.
Okay.
Would you suffer a ping in substitute?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Big investigation check for Benny.
Look at that. Proud.
Need to take 2 hands.
Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay, Benny, what was your investigation check? Ooh, Ulez,
15.
Beyond
12.
Cadrex, how'd the ping roll go?
Oh, right, it was a ping roll. I was like, oh, this is mid at best. No, 15.
Okay.
There you go.
So, Benny, you can see, Benny Vion Ulez, looking over the truck, you can quickly see that it has the name New Connection Bank on the side of it. You know that bank, you've been there recently, and probably suggesting that this is a bank's armored car. There's probably no hazardous materials in it. Cadrax, you pick up 2 people in the front seat of the van, probably the drivers, and 1 person in the back.
Do y'all mind if I go check out what's going on in there?
Oh, yes, please. We will try to route the humans who are trafficking together in clumps. They must be directed without proper control. They just kind of... yes, please go.
Okay, great. I'm going to phase and then just kind of like wander over to the armored vehicle and kind of just like sort of alley-oop, like casually just alley-oop myself through the vines, through the glass into the van itself.
Well, okay. You alley-oop yourself through the glass and you just find yourself in the front seat of the van.
Okay.
There are 2, looks like officers who go with the armored car. They're wearing kind of those rent-a-cop outfits. And they are both unconscious. It looks like when the van flipped, they both kind of hit their heads. I'll say you are able to tell both of them are alive.
Okay, that's good to know.
But you are not able to phase your way into the back of the van, which is definitely a lot more solid than aluminum.
Okay. I touched my earpiece. All right, I can't get a direct view. I can ESP my way in there, but if anyone else wants to do anything.
I actually have an idea, kind of.
Yeah.
Not to get in, but you said this is like totally obstructing traffic. And people are like people are gathering. I don't know what's about to happen, and I want people to have easy egress out. Can I grow to level 6. And I want to put the car somewhere else.
Okay. So
Just, like,
growing
out
to
of
level
the-
6 for you is 12 stories tall.
Mhm.
Um,
Just like
the
put I just want to get it out of the way so that people can keep moving through because I'm concerned about what's about to happen here.
Like, get it off the road.
Mhm.
This is the
Yeah.
main intersection.
You said it's a
I don't
big-
know if there's any.
Is there a parking lot nearby or like
Mhm.
a just like open parking, even just like a big green space, something like that?
all right. First, what is your strength at level 6? Is it the same
At
8?
level 6 I get what do I get?
Tall. You get tall, Benny.
Oh, it's higher the higher of my growth level or my actual strength. So I would just keep my actual strength
So
plus
it's
1.
8.
Actual
All
strength
right.
plus 1. So it would be 9.
Okay, so on the benchmark chart, a tank or a bus, a tank is probably pretty close to an armored car, is level 7. So give
Oh,
me a
okay.
strength roll
Okay.
against that.
All right. Let me double check, make sure that I have my greater of your growth level or your normal strength plus 1. Yes. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was correct. That's not great. That's a 12.
You try to pick up the armored car, but it is just a little too heavy. You cannot quite move it in that form. Like you're able to kind of slide it a little bit along the ground, but you can't really pick it up so you can move it. But while you are sliding it, essentially trying to pick it up and kind of just failing, the rear doors just
Oh.
burst open and a figure emerges, being carried by the vines themselves. Is Veronica Murillo, played by Olivia Rodrigo.
No, I didn't want to believe it when you first said vines. I'm like, there's no way. I'm not even gonna ask Rick. And then you throw this in my face? It's fine. Carry on.
She is surrounded by vines that are all carrying sacks of money taken from the back of the truck. And as she emerges, she immediately sees you all, especially Benny, who's 12 stories tall. And she stops and kind of cocks her head as if waiting to see what you're going to do.
Veronica? Why have you acted this way?
And she doesn't say anything.
I hit my earpiece. What's going on out there?
It seems that the assailant is my intern detective.
Okay. That's a new one.
Is it possible she is subject to some form of manipulation that could be dispelled?
Somewhere a dog barks.
Veronica, do you recognize us?
And as you say that, the concrete beneath you breaks open. Benny, Cadrax, Ulez, Magnova, Eversinger, Sunflower. Give me a coordination roll.
11.
11.
11.
11.
We match.
9.
9. Okay. All three of you are sort of caught by these vines. Now, Eversinger and Sunflower, they are sort of just around the bottoms of your legs. It looks like whatever the concrete burst through there, where it burst through the concrete, it was maybe a little bit thicker dirt or pavement or whatever, so it didn't quite get as good a grip on you. Benny, they sort of start wrapping around and climbing up your torso. It's like they burn, but they quickly kind of just keep regrowing, because that is what Veronica does. As we've seen, she can sort of just create flowers and plant life where there are none. And it sort of gets what I'm going to call a partial hold on you. Get my partial hold rules out. With a partial hold, you have
+1 forward.
Yeah, the target can perform actions, but at +2 difficulty and can't move away. So you can do stuff, but +2 difficulty. So while the three of you are caught, Veronica uses the vines. She picks up the armored car behind her. Vion, you feel the whole thing shake and see it lift off the ground, and she hurls it at Benny with the vines. Benny, give me a coordination roll at.
With the
I'll add the plus.
Yeah,
I'll add the plus
you have
two,
the +2, not me. Or not me having a -2. Question: would this be a defense? A
Well,
defense?
yeah, it depends on how you want to handle it. Really, coordination, assuming if you're just trying to duck out of the way, but if you're trying to you can try and punch it out of the air with prowess. You can certainly see it coming. It's not a surprise.
Okay. Because I think then I would use prowess. Because I think if I was supposed to duck, I think I have a minus to my rolls when I'm big.
Okay.
Like if it's because it's defense, to defense and hiding, I have a minus when I'm big. But if I'm
Okay.
trying to like hit it, I feel like that wouldn't account. Can I do that?
Well, this is like defensive fighting, right? Because you're being attacked. So
Yeah.
it's like
Because I was like, I
that-
think it's like I can physically use myself, but if I was trying to like dodge it, that would be where I would take a penalty.
In my earpiece, as we start to launch, I do yell out, "Hey, just a quick reminder, we got 2 people in here."
Yeah. I know. Okay, that's right. Okay. Can I try to catch it?
Yeah, you can. That's coordination.
Yeah. I forgot there were people inside. I don't know why I thought
I
you
mean, you
grabbed a
can
different
dodge
vehicle.
if you want. We'll just go for a little bit of a temple. It's all
I
right.
don't want to dodge. Oh, that was so bad. I'm gonna get hit by this. Sorry, everybody inside. That's a 6.
That is a 6. So Benny, it just goes flying right into, let's say, your stomach,
Yeah.
and just hits you because you're so big. It just goes straight up. It hits you for 6 damage, but that's all absorbed by your aura. So
She
you
tries
kind of
to
feel
like
the
catch
oof.
it.
Yeah,
And like
and
when you
it
like
just-
miss something, catch it, and it goes through where she's trying to catch it and hits her. And you hear like a giant like wheeze, like.
Yes, it definitely hits you and kind of knocks the wind out of you, but you're not hurt by it. And then it falls to the ground, and you just like crash. Everybody roll initiative.
Wait, as we're falling, hold on. Is there a way that I can get a round of teleporting these 2 out of there?
You can use your turn for it. We are in combat.
But the thing is, if we hit the ground, those people are wrecked. If this hit Benny in the stomach and the van is falling down, I like to teleport them out. I'm fine to stay in the van. I'm already dead. But
Seatbelts only do so much.
I will tell you what, Vion, if you want to spend a point of community determination, I'll say you can make a determined effort to teleport them out, to draw your rune and teleport 2 people out of there while it is hurling through the air, hitting Benny and falling to the ground.
yeah, is that okay with everybody?
Of course, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
please.
You got it. Vion, bamf.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes, spending the determination gets it done.
Perfect. That'll be the 3 of us. We just, as it crashes, we just like teleport just out and like tumble away.
So the empty car now falls to the ground and just like smashes on the pavement as you just narrowly get out of there. Now everybody roll initiative.
Great.
Benny, you got 7.
I got 8.
Wait, what?
Wait,
number
do
is mine?
I subtract 2? Does initiative count as a task that makes more difficult?
No.
Okay.
Dion got 8. Ula's got 9.
You got it.
And Kadrax?
I have an adequate number of functional limbs to display the number 14.
Ooh. So that means Kadrax, you go first, then Veronica, then Ulez, then Vion, then Benny. So Kadrax, Veronica, still having not said anything, is kind of, about 10 feet off the ground, the vines kind of carrying her in the air. Also, sort of, they're all carrying sacks of money. It's like Doc Ock's arms, kind of just each kind of wrapped around and kind of hovering behind her. What do you want to do?
So when plants are stressed, they make sound. In fact, significantly more often than unstressed plants. They'll make it a couple dozen times per hour compared to like once per hour. They might make a little peep in controls. I would like to issue stressed plant noises, thereby to stress the vines. This mechanically is a maneuver.
Like putting interference like through her power, kind of.
I want to put the fear of plant in them. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Kadrax, give me what is that? That is a complex task roll, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's 14.
14. So that is a moderate success, which I believe with a maneuver.
I think that gets us no free activates, but it
Establishes the quality. Yeah, okay.
That is my recollection. That a major success gives you 1 free and a massive gives you 2. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds right. We're gonna go with that.
That sounds right. It's funny because
pages maneuver. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay. So yeah, you have created the quality of stressed vines, and as that happens, you can sort of see the vine she's standing on sort of don't suddenly seem as solid anymore, and she's kind of, her balance seems to be upset by it. That brings up Veronica, and she what does Veronica do? She shoots a vine, kind of, one of the thicker vines, like sort of throws a punch at Ulez. Liz, how do you want to deal with this?
Probably try to like roll or tumble out of the way.
That's
Fall
coordination.
out of the way. Okay. Ooh, how's a 9?
Okay. The vine hits you, but just barely. So you only lose 2 stamina.
You have
Is
armor.
that against my armor?
You are
I have
correct.
a plus.
You have damage resistance 4. You are
4,
correct.
yes.
So you are okay. So it glances off your armor as you just kind of tumble beneath it and roll away. That brings up you, Ulez.
How far away is Veronica from me? Like, I feel like it sounds like there's some distance.
Yeah, maybe like 30 feet or so. It's you're sort of a little bit away from her, but she's also up in the air, so it's like 30 feet at an angle. Is it just me, or do role-playing games wish you paid so much more attention in mathematics, like all kinds of geometry and all this stuff? Just suddenly I see the use for them. Why didn't they tell me I was going to need this? They had told me in high school I would need this shit for role-playing games. I would have been all about showing up to math class.
Oh my goodness.
that would be a great way to teach it.
Okay, I'm gonna teleport to Veronica. There has to be another vine or something that I could try to balance myself on. If I could balance on top of a bridge, on like the suspension part, I'm sure I'm fine on top of some rickety vines.
Give me a teleportation roll. Odai, of course, applied.
Ooh, Odai is good. That's a 3 and a 6 on teleport, which makes it an 11.
An 11. Okay, yeah, so Bamf, you appear up on one of the thicker vines that's right near where Veronica's standing. Now, of course, Kadrax has created the condition, the quality of unstable vines. So you are kind of like forced to concentrate to hold your balance, but you are near her now.
I'm a little bit lighter than humans because I'm made of plastic, but I'm wearing like some plasia and I've got some flowers on me, wires, but also not a lot of heavy organic materials, but I'll take it. I'm wobbling.
What do you want to do up there? Anything?
Veronica, please. You cannot continue. This does not benefit you or the city that you reside in.
And she sort of spins to you. Uliz, give me. I tell you, I'll do this as an awareness thing. So your awareness is 7.
You got it.
Yeah. As soon as she turns to you, you quickly, clock the fact that it's like Veronica is usually she's very expressive and kind of fun and has a lot of character in her face, like our own Caitlin Bruder here. But right now she is about as stone-faced as you have ever seen anybody, except for the people who were literally turned to stone. But except for them. So yeah, she is just just totally dead-eyed, kind of looks at you, says nothing.
And then with my communicator to our allies, Veronica, there's something wrong with them. Their face is not the same, and they would never do this. And that's the end of my turn.
That brings up Beyond.
Yep.
Spirit of Justice.
Spirit of Justice. Thank you.
Am checking on the 2 individuals that teleported out just to make sure they're okay. And as I hear that, I look up and kind of brush myself off and walk forward as my costume begins to appear, if that's a bonus action. And
Rule
then
of cool applies.
Reading you loud and clear, Ulez. And I look up and I'm going to cast a rune in front of me and send it up to Veronica. And that's going to be Mind Shield.
Oh, okay. So first, give me a roll. Big magic, medium magic, little magic.
This is big magic because this is using resistance. And so I want her to have the highest level of resistance possible against mind control.
Okay, so give me the highest level for you possible, 7. So you're rolling it at 7?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know what you get.
These were birthday dice last year from our good friend Dale Kingsmill. That is going to be as high as I can go. That's going to be a 14 to turn on.
Well, first of all, I'm telling Dal that you called her a dear friend. Second
of the
all,
show, not of me.
Nope, can't take it back now.
Clip it, chat.
So you got it on. That works. Just narrowly, but it works. And you now have, let's see. So that works the way resistance works. And resistance provides the protection of a particular type or effect. Subtract your resistance level from the level of any such effect being used on you, or in this place on this person. And so you are putting that on Veronica.
Yeah.
Okay. As you hit her with your level 7 mental shield, Ulez, you see her grab her head. She's like, voice. I can't think.
Okay, Beyond, this is good. I think you are doing good.
Thank you.
Okay.
That brings up Benny Beckett.
Okay, so
Magnova.
Where did this van? It landed on my feet. Where is this located? Are there still people around? Have people started running at all? Or are they still just trying to rubberneck at this?
Well, anybody who's lived in a city like New York or Los Angeles knows that there's a certain number of people who probably ran away for their own safety. And then there are a certain number of people who came to watch because it is not safe.
Yeah,
so there's still kind of a crowd.
Is this impeding people, is this truck impeding people's ability to get out of here? Or is it out of the way now?
It is still kind of in the road. It is not dead in the center of the road. Some cars are trying to get around it, but traffic is backed up pretty far now. And a lot of people are just watching. So some of the cars aren't even trying to move.
Okay. Benny's gonna kind of crouch down. I'm like wrapped up in vines right now, and she's gonna like turn to the cars that are like trying to pass her where this truck is, and she's gonna be like, "Go home." And then I'm gonna grow to level 9 and try to pick up this car. And so part of my fluid form is I act like an actual like fluid, and I am able to flow through cracks and other small spaces, which I would assume would be the spaces between these vines. I could maybe get past them. That's my pitch. I can just, if she's not, especially if she's not concentrating, if I can lure around past him and just I just want to get this car out of this truck out of the way so people can keep moving.
I buy that. So you start yelling, people get out of the way, get out of the...
Go home. No, she just says go home.
and some of the people start backing off, and some of them are just like, "Woo, we love you, Magnova!" And you go into your fluid form.
I mean, I already was.
Yeah, you don't really have to roll for, right? So it's just,
no, that's just it's just a feature of the magma.
Tell you what, give me a coordination roll.
Okay.
We're still working on opening that second tier, which gets the team a use of the second use of the hypno credentials, which are identical to, but legally distinct from, Doctor Who's psychic paper.
Okay, so concept. You're doing coordination to move my lava specifically through these vines. Can I use my power specialty? Because it's an attribute roll that is using my magma.
That sounds like the exact kind of thing it's for. Yeah, we've stretched it now and again, but that actually sounds pretty on point to me.
Excellent.
Well, stretching's in her power set, so it's all natural.
Okay, that's an 11.
You are easily able to just kind of ooze through the rest of those vines.
And as she kind of does that, she'll grow to the high to pick up the truck and get it out of here.
Give me a strength roll to pick up the truck.
All right. If that's my higher of the two, that's a 14.
Okay, this is like one of those kind of Superman moments where it's like, it is not easy for you by any means. Like, it is one of these
even
like
at level 9.
Its weight is level 7.
I thought you said it was level 7.
Yeah,
that's
its
okay.
weight is level 7, but then that 7 I add to what I rolled.
I rolled really bad, so it's fine.
So yeah, you are picking it up, and as you are doing that, it's like the longer you hold it, the heat from your magma kind of starts, melting it and crunching it a little bit. It gets a little bit easier to kind of get a grasp on as you are able to move it out of the way. We'll say that there is a nearby parking lot.
Great.
And that brings up Eversinger.
All right. Well, understanding that there appears to be some form of control at play, I'd like to see if perhaps by gently disrupting the organic receiver upon which this works, we might be able to break the connection.
Her head?
That's a very crude way of saying an absolutely true thing, Rick.
Okay. So yeah, what are you're kind of trying to do? What?
It's not the first time I've done just a little bit of shaky
brain jelly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the emphasis here would be I would rather fail than injure. So it's probably the more underpowered side of Cadrax. Ulas would be extremely cross with me.
Okay, give me a complex task roll. This is very difficult. I'm going to set a high threshold on this.
Yes. Oh, all right. That's a 19.
I didn't set that high a threshold. So Cadrax, you sort of very gently kind of let's say use your sonic resonance to disrupt kind of the neural flow a little bit inside of her brain. And as you do, she looks up to Ulez. She says, knock me out, knock me out.
Okay. It's not my turn.
It is actually
Unless that
Veronica's
was her
turn.
Yeah.
And, give me a second here for Veronica. Where is her sheet? It is. Okay, because of what Vion has done and what Kadrax has done, Veronica she holds a hand out as if she's about to do something, but then, kind of shakes and she kind of pulls it back and she just looks up at you again and you can see like tears streaming down her face, but she otherwise does not attack.
So it's my turn.
It is your turn, Ulez.
Okay.
Sunflower.
Thank you. They're going to first, while maintaining that eye contact with Veronica as long as possible. Please, I accept my apologies, and I would like to headbutt her.
Give me a prowess roll.
Yes, I gotta do one prowess a season,
Oh, I like that.
7. I will add a point of determination because let's be real, only humans headbutt. Headbutting is a terrible idea. You both get hurt.
I would also posit that she's asking for this and not resisting, if that maybe would help.
Well, what I will say is that with the point of determination, assuming
okay.
you're using part human, you are going to connect. Veronica, most of her formidability comes from her use of her powers. She is not that much of a physical presence. She's kind of tiny, and you headbutt her. So you, with the point of determination, I'm sorry. What did you say you rolled?
7 + 2 is 9.
9. So that is. That is.
No.
He wants to get to where it's enough.
I want you to be able to do this.
Okay, so you've got. She's been set up. She's been set up by Kadrax and Vion. They both set up so that she's resisting
right now.
Yeah,
not trying to resist at all.
Her plants are stressed,
It's a major success. You definitely take some points off of her, but she is not knocked out yet.
Oh no!
Which brings up Vion.
Knock her out.
I'm sorry?
It's like the most. You must hit her on the head. And you're hearing a frantic, a little on Ulez, a little more human.
Mm-hmm. I hear that, and I hear what I'm hearing is the note, and I kind of nod and warm up my casting hands, and I've only done this on myself, so casting this on someone else is going to be really interesting. And while I've got the mind shield up, I'm going to cast astral projection on her. I want to knock her out of her body. Separate her mind from her body.
Wow.
Hello, we have reached the weekly Omar's brain is galaxy. We went to space. His brain is space.
This is coming from Sam. Let me scream like the plants, the most metal move I've ever heard in my entire life. Dilev over here.
But they also say nice things. Apparently, it's kind of a clicky noise. Most things are kind of a clicky noise once you modulate the frequency. That's just
You really zoom in. Yeah.
Well, yeah, sounds are about onset, sustain, and decay. So.
Okay, Vion.
Today. Yep.
Medium magic, little magic.
Medium magic.
Maximum medium magic.
So I mean, this
for 5
just turns on, so I want it to work.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna cast it at yeah. So it's gonna be a 13 to turn on. Happy birthday, Taylor Swift.
All right, that turns it on. Okay, what would happen if you project it? if you cast astral projection on her in this situation, let me think about this for a second.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna say that you hit her with the spell,
Mm-hmm.
and as that happens, you can sort of see, the sort of, how astral projection looks, like the spirity kind of translucent version of her pulling out of her body,
Mm-hmm.
and as soon as it pulls like fully out of her body just kind of falls unconscious and it
Oh, crap.
drops, say like the 10 feet to the ground. It hits the ground. And as it hits the ground, the spirit form also falls unconscious and then falls back down, landing in the body, and they are knocked out.
Okay, well, it's not exactly what I meant to do. And I like run over to check on her because she just fell 10 feet.
Me too.
She looks a little banged up.
Yeah.
She is, of course, knocked out. Breathing. You can see if you want to get more information than that.
I'll yell to Cadrex. Doc, can we check for a concussion? How do I do that? I didn't mean for her to fall. And I'm gonna start preparing like a healing spell.
Be mindful of healing. We do not want her to return to consciousness. Not with the spike in her brain that has occurred.
Whatever like crowd stuff is happening right now, I would like to have come back to the group and place my giant self in between my friends and people with cameras and onlookers.
Yeah, you are functioning as a giant privacy screen.
Wait, can we heal her? And I'll just I'll push her astral projection self out again so we can have a conversation.
Oh, yes. I'll heal her body now because I believe we can keep the two separated for now.
You gotta keep them separated.
Oh my god! Wow, Sam, good job. Okay, Ulas, give me a healing roll.
Heck yeah. I think that just comes out of healing, so that's just a 10.
So you give her 5 points of stamina back. You can see, a couple of bruises she got in the fall, cut kind of heal up very quickly, and she still appears to be unconscious, though.
Okay.
We should perhaps return to Golden Gate.
Golden Gardens.
Golden Gardens. The Golden Gate is like one of the bridges you have, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is one of the bridges we have. Yeah.
One of the bridges, the best bridge we got.
Baybridge wants a word.
All right, Baybridge.
Baybridge just wants to talk.
Baybridge.
Brooklyn Bridge.
What have I done?
Once.
The Brooklyn Bridge is very good.
Stone Arch Bridge.
Oh
is
my
very fun to
god.
walk around.
The Stone Arch
Right,
Bridge.
we will settle this on the break.
So she's out.
Yeah, she's out cold. As far as you can tell, yeah.
Can I try casting now with little magic something?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to. It's the last season. I'm burning through the book. I would like to cast Dream Control.
Yes. Please.
You can implant the image, an image into a dreaming person's mind.
I vaguely recall this in some sort of episode 2 or 3 shaped object.
Okay.
Way back in the day.
Little magic.
This is little magic because I'm keeping track of this finally.
Little magic at what level?
Since this is turn on, I'll do again at 1.
Okay. Oh, you'll get this. I just rolled a 1.
So that's going to be an 11 to turn on.
Yeah, you have turned it on quite a bit.
And I am going to cast the image of the 4 of us kind of just like welcoming calmly, like, come back to us, come back to us, come back to us.
Okay, you are pumping that image into her brain. There does not seem to be any response as far as you can tell right now. She is still firmly unconscious.
Damn. Okay.
May we take her back to the detective agency? Somewhere safe, secure. That or Golden... Oh my god. Golden Garden Community.
Perhaps the detective agency is a good place. It is reasonable to infer that whatever happened to her likely happened at or near Golden Garden, since that is her place of residence.
We
That's a
could at
good
least
point.
send a text or something, and maybe they could give us some information.
Yeah, that's a good point
They
too.
might have seen something, or something might
Oh,
have happened
yes.
other than just this.
We are in a group chat with many of them. I think we have mentioned that we are improving our emoji conversations. We will send a text.
Right, yes.
Okay.
You sent me the palm tree the other week.
Yes, very informative.
Ulez, you send a text into your Golden Gardens group chat. What does it say?
We have Veronica with us. She's not well. What's up?
And you send the message. And usually, there are 35 people living at Golden Gardens, essentially. Usually, you get an instantaneous response. This time, it's just silence, not a peep.
Not to alarm my allies, but no one is responding. Not even with a GIF. They are common responses for conversations you don't truly want to contribute to.
And as that happens, your phone starts ringing, Vion. It is Detective Leon Neal.
I pick up right away.
Hey, any chance you can get to Murdown's racetrack and Ellery Crossing, say, like, right now?
What's happening?
We got a report of 2 supers who fought their way into the money cages and are cleaning it out as we speak. Department of Safety has the place surrounded, but they're afraid to go in because they think it might provoke the thieves, so they asked me if I can ask you to get involved.
Yeah, we'll hop on that right away. Can you keep me updated, even if you don't need help with it, any other acts of theft that are going around the city, especially with superpowered individuals? I think that they're being controlled.
What makes you say that?
Confirming it, like right now.
Okay, I'll keep an eye
the armored
out. I'll let you
vehicle
know if I
case
hear
was
anything.
an example of that. All right, thank you so much, Detective.
Ooh. Yeah, thanks, Vion.
Ulez, is there any kind of video surveillance at or near Golden Gardens as we progress to the next location? If anyone went to that place.
There is not.
No, it's so destitute there.
I know, but I always figured we surveil in communities.
No, I feel like every time we watch TV there, like Vion has to bring like his actual TV over.
I feel like it's the laptop. It's the laptop on like a box.
Yes.
All right, let us proceed then and fight more pediatrics.
To be clear, I do cast images. Like I just project it, but
you're the projector.
Okay, so a couple of quick questions. What are you doing with Veronica?
Bringing her with us. Can somebody carry her?
Well, yes, obviously, but do we have anyone who could keep an eye on her? Because I don't want to like end up getting her either in trouble or hurt more if she's just. We don't even have the van right now, so and I accidentally. She points back at the half-melted, sort of crushed car that she didn't do a good job
That is
catching.
no longer an adequate device of conveyance.
I could
Very
cast
well.
Ally and have the Ally fly over and drop her off at the detective agency.
I just wanted someone to watch over her, like if, like Amira, or if we could call Lila Pendry, or
Abigail is a pediatric surgeon.
What if she
That's a
awakes
good
and
point.
she's still full of rage and decides to use her powers again?
what I'm worried about. That's why I
So
wanted.
perhaps we pair Abigail with someone of strength or ability, or
Nullification cuffs.
that was
No,
exactly.
yeah. That's why I was like,
Trying to
someone
get
who
right,
could get
yes.
us. Yeah.
I felt the
Well, you
world
have your
ripple with a
one
good
pair
idea.
of nullification cuffs.
Okay, we have our one pair. Let's do that super
Yeah,
fast, and
do.
then
That's a good
Okay.
idea. That's a
drop her
great
off with
idea.
Abigail, who is a doctor who works with kids.
Perfect.
Okay, we do that.
Okay, so all of you are going to Abigail together? Is that what's going to...
I
Do
can
we-
buy time at the site.
Yeah, alone?
Do you want to take me with you, maybe?
Yeah,
I
that
fly
makes
real
sense. Let's
fast.
take
I
someone with
can
muscle.
Yeah,
drop
you.
Abigail off.
Yeah. Do you
Okay.
want to take? Do you want to take Veronica and Ulez, or do you want Ulez to come with us?
We would like to be with Veronica.
That makes sense.
We'll split that way
Okay,
then.
Benny and I will
Humans
just buy
and aliens.
time.
I'll as soon as you are all set to take off and fly, Benny will shrink back down. And then we'll kind of like turn so that you can hit the back of her. Or you don't? Do you need? I don't know if you need touch for ears. I don't remember.
No, but if you want like a tactile sensation,
If
I'll
you don't
like
need it,
high
then she'll
five
say
you,
it.
and then you have it.
Well, I can't. I know you can't high five her. That's not a part that's covered.
I go
Should
for
we,
the high
like-
five. I realize. Then I just don't worry about it, and I point, and like a little like rune floats off my finger.
Who's going where? Just let me...
Humans are headed.
Aliens to Abigail, humans to racetracks.
Okay. Kadrax, Ulez, you grab Veronica, who's in the nullification cuffs, and zip off towards Serrano Memorial Hospital in Yard Hill. Vion, Benny, you flying, I assume?
Yeah. I cast
Oh,
flight.
I already
at
had
level
flight.
5.
Oh, you might have gotten rid of it. I was like, you had flight
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah. Fine.
And you take to the air. Jake, real quick, can you give me the Mur Island map? I'm going to assume that that's up there. As you can see, Mur Island, of course, is the fourth county of Port Ruby, and Ellery Crossing is located all the way to the north there, and on Mur Island, and that is where you are headed. So you fly over Baronsdale, across Central Bay, over Bray Island and Lockley Island, and just right towards Ellery Crossing. And we will tell you what you find when you get there after the break. We will be back in 10 minutes. It looks like we're $50 away from opening up the mysterious benefactor gift. So thank you so much, everybody who's donated. And don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Hello, we are back from break, and I see while we were gone, y'all opened up the mysterious benefactor gift. Thank you so much. So, team, you now have access to the Hypno credentials, which are identical to, but legally distinct from, Doctor Who's psychic paper. Cannot understate the importance of that second part there. Hypno credentials, you've got them, and we are it looks like $95 away from opening up the mysterious benefactor the after credits lore drop. So thank you so much, everyone. When we last left Magnova and Eversinger and Sunflower and Spirit of Justice, they had split up, and Eversinger and Sunflower were headed to Serrano Memorial Hospital to drop Veronica Murillo with Abigail, and Spirit of Justice and Magnova were headed towards Murdowns Racetrack on Mur Island. Let's pick up with the aliens. Sunflower, Eversinger, you whoosh down into the lobby of Serrano Memorial. And you draw a lot of looks, as it's one of those like kind of Superman landings, whoosh down, and like a breeze blows through the lobby, and everyone turns to see the superheroes. What do you do?
Rush in. I mean, Ulez is going to defer to Kadrax in this place.
Yes, based on where we've landed, I would like to go to the nursing station, greet Nurse Wheeler, perhaps. I hope you are doing well.
And Nurse Wheeler's like, hey, I remember you. How things going out at the Meldon Clinic?
They're going very well. I just had the most fascinating surgery last week. A cholecystectomy on someone who was not fully corporeal, but that is not material to our immediate concern.
We're in a rush.
which is that. I was hoping you could page Dr. Abigail Fripp. We're hoping
yeah,
to
just-
put this patient onto her service.
Sure, just give me a minute. And she goes and picks up the phone and dials some stuff. And a minute later, Abigail just comes like running down the hallway, like pushing people out of the way, and is like, it's like, Cadrex, what's the matter? What's the problem? Are you okay?
I am. This is a patient. Should probably get a neuro workup due to trauma. Is powered, has nullification cuffs, appeared to be subject to some sort of external influence, the nature of which we have not yet fully determined. We were hoping
Brain control, like in the movies.
Huh. Oh,
That.
That's scary.
We find it so, and there are possibly other cases also with pediatrics, hence my colleague's urgency. We were hoping we could put this patient into your care for workup and also supervision.
Please.
Absolutely. I'm gonna get my best people on it right now. We don't have a lot of experience dealing with this, as you know, but I'll see what we can figure out, and I will keep you in the loop.
If anyone could do it, it would be you. I am terrible with small children.
So, thanks, Cadrex. And she turns around like to her team of doctors who are coming up behind her, and she's like, "All right, let's move, stat, everybody, get to a room." And she starts just barking out it's like you were used to her sort of being like very kind of your soft, loving, accommodating, adorable friend, and now she's like barking out commands like Patton. And
I'm so proud. Oh wow! Oh, I could not be more proud. Ula's absolutely sees Cat like. They're glowing.
And the two of you head off. I'll say, is that okay?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh no, sorry. There's just one thing I need from this.
Sure.
Yes,
As
please.
we heroically whoosh back out to go save the day fully in hero form and everything, I would love to shoulder check Barry from HR very lightly so he sees us. How do you like me now? That's all.
And some of my hair whip him just like it's like a little like when a pasta noodles hits you in the face.
That's better because I don't really want to get into it. I just want him to see and
Ted Berry, played by J.K. Simons, I believe, sees you kind of whoosh by him, giving him the stink eye. Ula hits him a little bit with the tail of their hair, and he as you by the way, you can hear him be like, menace, and and you shoot off into the air, and meanwhile. Spirit of Justice, Magnova, you are landing at Murr Downs Racetrack. It's a pretty typical racetrack, surrounded by parking lots on all sides. There are turnstile entrances on the north and the south and the west sides of the racetrack. The east side has private entrances where horses are loaded in and out. The rest of it is, it's like a, small outdoor stadium where the racetrack is, in the middle, and it's surrounded by, kind of levels of bleacher seats. As for what's going on, it is pretty much exactly what Leon Neal described. Officers from the Department of Safety have cordoned off the building from the parking lot, and they remain at the perimeter. No one seems to be going in. What do you want to do?
I mean, we were invited to just walk up and ask for what the lowdown.
Yeah, you land next to an officer of the Department of Safety. Their name is Jordan Hodge. You can tell from their badge.
Hey, Officer Hodge.
That's right. It's you. Love the cowboy hat.
Thank you very much. And this is my friend
Magnova. I read the papers.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I turn really quickly to you, Benny. I'm just like, do you want me to introduce you as like Magnova or Benny, or like which one do you prefer?
That's fine. I mean, I just don't like people to know who I am at any point, but they already kind of do know me by that one, so it's like they can just have that one, and it's fine.
Okay, great.
We've totally turned. We're like, okay, we turn back.
We turn back. Yeah. So my friend Rachel and I here, we were actually asked specifically by Detective Neal to head on over and take care of the situation as best as we can.
Right.
Can
Well,
you tell us what's
we got-
happening at all?
as far as we know, there are 2 supers in there. They made some kind of attack on the money cage, where all the money from the bets that are placed are stored. There's millions in there.
Okay.
They've been in there a while. We managed to get, as far as we can tell, everybody out of the building. But otherwise, we're not really sure what's going on in there right now.
Okay. Do you have power ideas on what they can do?
We saw there were some of the security guards around the cage they seemed like they were knocked out pretty cold. And then we sort of found that they were sleeping.
Okay.
Otherwise, it looked like one of the gates by the cage had been sort of torn off its hinges, is all we were able to see.
You okay, Rach?
Oh, me? Sorry, I'm not gonna. Yes. Yeah.
And Officer Hodge is like, "Who's Rach?"
It's fine.
Need to know basis. Yeah.
We'll figure some stuff out. Dalen and why can't I think of her name now? It's Dalen's girlfriend. Bella Murata.
Oh, Bella Murata, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
Super strength, sleeping.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, you're
Could
right.
be wrong.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
Okay. We should go in.
Phase, maybe? She had a touch, right, last time?
Is it an affliction situation?
I thought so.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just phase in general. Why not?
Okay.
And I will hold up my hand.
And she will turn her suit back to you. She
And-
won't touch you with her lava, but you can touch the back of her suit.
Keep forgetting. And we both phase.
And we'll go walk in.
Yeah, and I put a hand
Okay.
on your shoulder.
I don't know if we have comms contact if they're close enough, or if we need.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll fill them in on what's happening on their way, the aliens, so they know what's happening.
Sure. Kadrax, Ulaz, you are up to date.
On the way, I think if Betty mentioned sleeping, would you mention like who you suspect?
Oh yeah, Benny would have given everything that we heard in her thoughts as well.
Okay. I'm sure we're pretty close, and Ulyss is gonna say, so Lyman Greer also has the power to nullify and put people to sleep. We need to keep an eye out for them as well.
That's true. I forgot about that. That's a good call. That's probably more likely if these all came from Golden Gardens.
Vion, if you know or suspect the person in question, could you detect them?
I can detect certain powers. In terms of detecting a specific person, I can technically detect a energy, power, or presence. As long as they're
for Hallimast as well. They had the power of a massive energy blast.
Okay. That sounds good. I have to be at visual range. What I could do really quickly. Well, we know exactly. Well, I don't know where it is. We have to look for a map. Should we just head
I'll
in?
say that Officer Hodge is able to tell you that the money cages that you are looking for on the ground floor on the east side of the building.
Okay. Could I ESP?
ESP. Let's see.
I mean, it is a sports arena.
Allows you to perceive things in distant locations as if you were actually there. See a benchmark table for the distance you can get. Use the lower of your power level or awareness for tests to notice and search for things like USP. If the location is shielded, doesn't apply. The GM may require ESP tests for areas completely unknown to you, determining what you sense based on the results. So yeah, in this case, I would require that. But you can try it.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Big magic, little magic, medium magic.
I'm gonna do medium magic for this one.
Okay, what level you going for? It is distance-based ESP.
The problem is it's the lowest of the two, and my awareness is 3. So no matter what, I'm going 3.
3. Okay, so
yeah. In fact, I'll do this on little magic then.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 12 to turn on.
And you have turned on your ESP.
Okay.
Give me an ESP test
Yeah.
for what you can see. So just roll on your power, which
Great.
is level 3.
5.
Total 5?
Total 5. I rolled a 2.
You are not able to see inside.
It's okay. Hey, worth a try. Shall we head in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Great.
Okay. Benny, Vion, you are heading in.
Yeah, we're
I will
phased.
say,
We just walk through the door and kind of.
given the conversation you had with Hodge, and now that you've waited to do the ESP test, I'll say
There.
the Eversinger and Sunflower are arriving and land kind of right next to you.
Oh, hey.
Greetings.
We greet you.
So we're phasing through. Do y'all want to like teleport or?
We have not seen the inside. We cannot teleport there yet.
Do you want me to head in, create a I'll create like a mental network anyway for us with my lowest
Could you
magic.
cast invisibility and then Cadrax and I can fly?
Sure, yeah, if you're okay with that.
Cadrax, you are the tactician. Is the sensible?
It is always advantageous to have the high ground. If there is no high ground available, one can simply be elevated.
Yes. Excellent. We will rise.
Yeah. High ground doesn't help you that much in this universe, only in Star Wars. So I'm sorry. Vion and Benny, you are walking in phased. Cadrax and Ulez, what are you doing?
Finding
Invisible whoosh up into the
Invisible
air.
whoosh.
Over.
Okay. So, Vion, Benny, you enter and you make your way down the halls, which are usually kind of teeming with people, but now are sort of eerily empty. And you make your way toward the money cage that Officer Hodge located for you. And why don't both of you give me an investigation roll?
10.
Okay, Vion, immediately you can see the money cage has one narrow entry point.
Mhm.
It looks like it is like a heavy security gate, probably usually guarded. But the gate has clearly been ripped off of its hinges and is kind of just like hanging open right now.
Okay, that's fun.
Cadrax, Ulez, you fly over the sort of top of the stadium and coming in the back way? What are you doing?
Yes.
Like approaching from the opposite direction, I assume? Is like since they're coming in from the parking lot, you're heading
Pincer
in from...
style. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what you were aiming for.
Unless we weren't sure exactly what the environmental situation of the money cage or anything like that is. If there's skylights, obviously those are favorable, or anything of that nature.
There are not, because the whole... Yeah, well, the whole thing is located. You know how it is like, when you go to like a baseball stadium or something, it's like, the everything is kind of underneath where people sit. So it's like, there would be like, there's no skylight. There would sort of be seats above you.
Is it not like open, like the donut, like open air where they could fly over the top, get in and find a doorway from the other side?
I mean, they absolutely can.
Yeah,
but like they'll just be coming in through a door, all like you, just maybe from a different direction.
That's fine.
Okay,
I think that's the best we got relative to.
Okay, so that is what you are doing right now. And Vion, what are you doing?
I suppose nothing as of yet. Just heading towards the gate.
Okay, you start walking towards the gate.
Yeah.
And as you get close to it, you hear what can only be described as a loud growl.
That's interesting. Also, no matter what, for the foreseeable future, Benny and I are close to each other because we have to stay in contact for the phasing.
Okay.
Okay, so I turn to the sound of the growl.
It is coming from inside the money cage. What you see in front of you is like the cage has been ripped open, and there's like sort of a hallway that leads to what looks like a steel door at the end of it. The door is slightly ajar, but you don't see anybody. You just kind of hear that growl echoing down this short hallway. And I'll say Kadrax Nula as you show up at about this point and kind of take up position behind them or next to them.
I've created a mental link for all of us, so we don't even have to talk out loud to communicate.
Should we just go in?
What is the growling?
Unclear.
Does anyone see anything?
I think it's at the end of the hallway, past the door, probably.
Yeah.
Should the phase people go forward? We go forward and
Oh,
get
Doc,
eyes
yeah.
first?
Are you pinging?
Oh.
Kadrax, give me a ping roll.
15.
You detect one form in there.
Form.
No, sorry, two forms in there. Two.
Oh, okay, that got me worried. All right. I was like, who's Spider-Manning above us? Because only one person can be called a menace by today.
Oh, come on! You can be a menace too.
Society. All right, I report the two probable hostiles ahead of us and give their approximate location.
We can. Mhm.
Oh, it could be the kids. They might need our assistance. They might be controlled likewise, so we might have to take the same measures.
Okay.
I think
since-
Benny and I should probably proceed. We have... Remember, one of them is a nullifier.
Okay.
I would
Well-
be concerned for you, Fionn. Were you to be unfaced?
I see. That makes sense. Benny, do you want to remain phased?
Oh. I don't care.
Okay. I'm hearing the note. That sounds great. Okay. In that case, I'll unphase. I'm gonna follow behind. If you need me to cast anything in the room, just let me know.
Oh, Fionn, do you say I'm hearing the note out loud?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, cool. I just
Oh
want
wait,
to
no.
know what stuff.
Like in
I mean,
my
it's in
my
our
mind.
but
Yeah.
Kadrax still hears it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I wasn't sure which of you it was, but okay, the one that makes Kadrax go ouch just a little bit. Perfect. Love it. Thank you.
Oh, I don't see that. You're invisible.
Benny's gonna go and is gonna walk down first and kind of motion. I guess we've had like just kind of maybe let me just check it out.
So Benny is visible.
Yeah, I'm never
Kadrax is
invisible.
invisible. Okay,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
The aliens are invisible. The humans are visible.
Yeah,
I'm no longer
gotcha.
phased. I'm corporeal.
I'm
Viana's
still
phased.
phased.
And I will
Okay.
walk down.
I
Start
will
walking.
get my
Okay.
phone out and begin recording, thereby to stream. Oh no, we have mental link. I can think it, and the universe's greatest detective can perceive exactly that which we perceive, because we will probably be filled with terrible human adrenaline and emotions.
Humans are
but-
the worst.
The worst.
That was why we invade. Yes, we proceed down the.
Yeah, you walk slowly towards the
I am
steel
lava,
door.
but, like,
the
I am-
whole you are lava. The whole hallway is, maybe 10, 15 feet long. It's not long. And you get to the steel door. It is slightly ajar. You kind of try and peek in, but it's it's like the door sort of set into the wall, so you kind of can't see it unless you push
Guess
the door
what?
open.
I can stretch and I can liquid through small spaces. I would like to just like flat and like slide my head through just to see.
Okay,
I
yeah,
can see.
you kind of plastic man your head kind
Yeah.
of into the door, and what you see,
Underutilized.
you see right in front of you, kind of standing there, just not hasn't clocked you yet. There is what can only be described as a werewolf.
Nuts.
9 feet tall, yellow eyes, sharp teeth, rippling muscles covered in gray fur. And standing just behind, on the other side of the room, filling a bag with money, you see Lyman Greer, who you know and recognize. Only you see this so far, because Cadrex is not. Yeah.
I tell in my brain, my friends, what I'm seeing.
Ulez, when you hear that, you know the werewolf, because you know the Golden Gardens kids better than the rest of them, because you've been, working with them. This is one of the Golden Gardens kids. Her name is Noelle, and you have seen her grow big teeth, claws, a tail, a little bit of fur. You have never seen her totally wolfed out like this, or heard of her totally wolfed out like this. Usually, it is a little bit less of a transformation. But you definitely, as soon as Benny says what they see, you clock it as being Noelle.
This door is still intact. It's just open, or is it busted open?
No, this one is intact. It is just kind of ajar.
It's a regular door, or is this like a vault door?
It's a heavy steel door, yeah. Not like a bank vault door, but it's like, it is made of steel, usually probably bolted, from the inside.
Okay.
But right now, it's like it looks like they got somebody to open it, maybe trying to escape from them or something, because it's not ripped off the hinges.
Through the brainwaves, I'm gonna ask my team: should I shut it and try to seal it shut, or until we figure out what to do? Or I don't know if they need line of sight for brain powers, or do we does someone just get in there and try to astral project them, or?
I can probably astral project them from out here.
Okay. Key burst.
Since you're giving me like a clear view of like who we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a shockingly effective form of containment until we find how to reverse this effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. We agree.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
I'll use my level 7 astral projection and use it with a burst.
Is that still on?
I have to turn it on again.
Okay.
I'll also cast this honestly at level 4 to make my life easier.
Okay.
So to turn on, I got pumpkin again. So that's a 14 total.
Okay, so you have turned on astral projection. This just works automatically, right?
I believe so. I just boom them both.
Okay. You boom them both out of their body. Benny, if you're still watching, you see Lyman Greer, that same effect, sort of his astral form pop out. Lyman Greer, played by Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. And the werewolf also, its sort of astral form pushes back, and the astral form is astral werewolf. You do not get to see her natural form. She just still looks like, in her transformed state.
That's right.
And and they are both sort of kind of like trying to grab at their bodies, touch things and can't touch things. They seem very confused, and then both of them kind of like start to shake a little bit, and immediately you see their actual bodies just like fall down unconscious, and then their astral forms fall down unconscious, just like Veronica's did.
Oh.
What is happening? Oh, no! Are they well? What?
I think as soon as they both fall down, Benny would just open the door. Yeah.
Check them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cadrex, give me a medical exam.
Invisible medical check.
Yes. That's 12.
Dr. Invisible, you examine your patients, and both of them are okay. They don't seem to have sustained any damage, just falling from their feet to the floor. When you do that thing with, shining the light in the eyes and stuff like that, you don't get any kind of reflexive reactions the way you might expect. They just, again, sort of seem just kind of totally like they are not quite all there.
What does that mean, Doc?
That is to not have reflexive actions or response to stimuli is fairly far along in the classical coma scale. That is a very deep.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to grab an object off of one of them.
What do you mean? Like a particular object or?
Not necessarily. I'm simply looking for something that Vion would be able to post cog.
Something they came in with.
Okay,
That's
sure.
So smart.
Like a ring or a wallet or
That's a thing I do.
Sure.
jacket. Their own their jacket.
Yeah, you take a jacket off of Lyman.
Great.
Noel's kind of got that werewolf, like her clothes are a little kind of like torn up, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Oh yes.
She grew to 9 feet tall. That's. So yeah, you take the jacket. Vion, give me a postcog roll.
Great. It's gonna be 7 to turn, or 7. 4 plus 3.
7. You see Lyman in the kitchen at the house he lives in at Golden Gardens.
Mhm.
And he's like washing dishes, and then he hears like a voice. Someone says, "Excuse me," and he turns around and he sees a man in a suit, I'll say played by Michael Emerson, standing behind him. And then Lyman turns to the man and he says, "Yes," and then whoosh, your vision ends.
Ules, is there any way to check facial recognition or anything like that for this gentleman? Is that a thing that works? I'm magic. Technology's kind of outside my purview.
There was a slight disconnect. I would have to acquire an image, and then I could try to utilize the memory of the projection that you've utilized to reverse image search. Please bear with me to see if there are any records of this face.
Oh, I can.
What about a voice print?
Oh.
Both of these data points would be excellent.
Would you be able to imitate the voice, Doc?
Would you? And I'll just say, "Excuse me," in the same imitation with my voice.
I would like to internally record that and run that through. Again, I only have access like most normally to the internet. So between that and reverse image search of his face to see if there's anybody that looks like him, anything.
The departments are working on these as well.
We could send that.
We're in active cooperation. If they open up the database, we should get in touch with McNeil.
Absolutely.
Okay, you call Leon Neal.
Yeah,
we're gonna text him. Oh my god, do you want to call him?
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll call him real quick.
Us all the time, but go ahead and call him.
You can text him. What do you want to text him?
I just find it so shady that he texts us for emergency sometimes. That's just B's personal feelings. I'm sure Ules is thrilled.
Yeah, that's Leon. I'll call him just because Vion's just old enough to like not rely fully on texts.
Okay, so he's like, Vion, it's Leon. Oh, didn't mean for that to rhyme. Sorry.
Hey Leon, we think we've got a suspect of who's behind this. You are already running a couple of cases here, right?
I am always running a couple of cases. Why?
Would we be able to access your records? Any evidence that you have run a vocal line and a face by your database?
Yeah, I would give access to.
Okay, thank you. Because Ules will be doing this.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, great. Hey Ules, how do we get access to the?
Gives you instructions, Ules, on how to access.
We could probably remote in.
His password or whatever.
No, this is an emergency, of course.
You don't have to talk to him. You have earned this guy's allegiance over and over again. Literally, he's only alive thanks to Cadrax. So,
great. Okay, so we run it then.
Ules, give me an investigation search.
Oh, heck yeah.
Investigation roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that is not going to be the most evocative of information searches. That is a 13.
13.
You have the database, so
I got the good place to look things up.
Okay, from a 13, you can find out. You eventually track a mugshot that looks like a younger version of this man.
Ooh.
You clocked his name as Landon Webster, and he operates under the AKA of management. But there's very little information about him in the file.
Okay, I'm gonna relay that information. We believe this is a younger version of the individual that we are currently investigating. But there is nothing else.
If one were capable of the power set clearly displayed here, I imagine it would be trivial to clear one's record rather substantially, or never to acquire one in the first place.
Valid. Should we go to the Golden Gardens finally? We believe this might be essential.
That's not a bad idea. Should we take them also to the hospital? We don't have nullification cuffs for them, though.
We do not, but that is something that we have seen the Department of Safety has a stock of. When they took Fast Blast and Pain Brain into custody, they had access to those.
I love the way you say those names, but okay.
I have been forced to.
I will. I will
drunk
start
on my own power. Sorry. Yeah.
I'll start calling them up to request assistance with this investigation.
Yeah, and Officer Jordan Hodge brings team in and is able to secure them in nullification cuffs for you. The Department of Safety now carries them standardly, given all the super problems that they have been having recently.
And can you transport these folks to the hospital safely?
Of course.
Absolutely. Oh, are you doing it? Okay, I thought you were talking about her.
No, I love the overlap, though.
Yep.
Yeah, and they look at you and they're like, should me or you?
Well, do I require the siren when I go very fast? I can do it if you'd like. They do a very, very quiet police siren noise.
And
people always wanted to. No, they never did it.
And
they can do fire truck too.
Yeah, they're like, take it away, Eversinger.
Okay.
Doc, okay, they turn away and they pick that up, and now they feel one more sting. Ouch. They didn't realize how much their super name would hurt now.
Ooh,
wow, yeah.
This is rough.
Yeah.
And Vion's too much in a rush to clock that. Even though you are now visible. Okay, Doc, are you all right dropping them off and then joining us?
Certainly.
Okay, great. Ulez, can you teleport us?
Yes, we can.
Ulez with Odai.
We might be going on a trip. Let's find out. Haha, we're going on a trip. But that's a 10 on the teleportation.
But Odai went off?
It's a 1.
Okay. To tell you the truth, your teleportation is at level 5, which is only 10 to 20 blocks anyway, and Golden Gardens is a lot further than that because you're in Mur Island and it is all the way in Baronsdale. So I am going to say that you teleport your way right onto the Mur Island ferry, which is just bam, you're right back. You have been on this ferry before, and it is very slowly making its way towards South Avalon.
This is my apologies.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of people on the ferry stop taking pictures of the view of the city, and they turn and start taking pictures of all of you.
Sorry, can we go? Can we go, please?
Yes.
Can we go, please?
Yes. We will try again.
Please.
Great. Have a wonderful ferry trip, everyone.
Bam. Roll that O again.
Yeah. Where are you trying to get now?
As close as we can.
It's going to take you a while going 10 or 20 blocks at a time, I'm telling you.
Okay, I think on the second teleport, Ulez is going to look wide at Cadrax. We do not know why we have taken the lead.
Doc's at the hospital.
Oh, right. Heck.
Okay,
look
Ulez.
to Vion. I do not know why we have taken the lead in this.
What did you get on the second teleport roll?
A 10 again.
Odai?
A 3.
That's fine.
Okay. So I'll say you obviously cannot make it nearly as far as Golden Gardens, but from the ferry, Jake, if you give me the whole city map of Port Ruby, what you can see if you look at the whole city map is from Mur Island, there's that little dotted line that goes to the bottom of Avalon. That is the route of the ferry. So you are on that ferry in about 10 to 20 blocks. If you bamf your way, I'll say you bamf your way right outside of Serrano Memorial Hospital. So as Cadrax is done handing Lyman Greer and Noel over to Abigail, Cadrax and exits to find you waiting for them right there.
We greet you. We request your assistance.
Uppies?
Uppies.
Please.
All right. And you uppy your way into the sky and zoom
This is
over
the word that
Baronsdale.
Abigail uses with patience, and it has bled into Cadrax's vocabulary.
Ulas doesn't know any better.
Jake, can you change that to the Baronsdale map? You zoom all the way over Baronsdale, all the way to the east side of Baronsdale, to the East Point neighborhood, where Golden Gardens is located. And you come down in Golden Gardens. Now, like I said, Amira has had the mayor's office working on this place. A lot of it is still sort of cordoned off and condemned, but a lot of the houses, like power has been restored, water has been restored. Many of the houses, they have like construction work going on in them. But as soon as you land in the area that is now populated, where I think there are about 35 kids living in Golden Gardens. Kids, I say, from young adult to child age, and it's like when you get to the area where those 35 people live. Realize immediately you notice, your awareness kicks in. It's very quiet here. You don't hear any voices, any sounds. Usually you hear music playing. There are people kind of walking around, talking to each other, sitting outside their houses. You don't see anything here.
It is far too quiet. Everybody is always so noisy with music and games and toys and balls. All of it. This isn't right.
Somewhere a dog barks.
That's normal.
Okay. Huh.
Do some postcogs, see if we can get any other information.
Yeah. Doc, you want to get a lay of the land, perhaps, so we're not walking into a trap with anybody around?
Yes, though assuredly, we are walking into a trap with somebody around.
Okay.
Give me a ping roll. I'll say that this applies. You ping all of the houses that are in the populated area. I'll give you one roll for all of them.
Yeah, I can do the distance on power level 10 is silly.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Yeah.
So that's an 18 total.
You detect nobody anywhere.
Ooh. What you got, Doc?
One of the exits, perhaps, Fiona? You'd see someone leave?
Sure. Like one of the gates or whatever.
May
like
I
that.
ask your professional opinion on a matter arcane?
Yeah, absolutely. What's up?
What do you think is the vector of this attack? He said, "Excuse me." Do you think it is sound? Do you think it is sight? Is touch?
Interesting. I've personally been afflicted, obviously. In fact, I think both of us have, by a look, a power passing through a look. Sometimes speech is enough. Sometimes you can just cast it kind of like I do, even silently. You don't have to do a whole lot.
How then can
Do
we
we
protect
have-
ourselves from this?
Defenses.
That's a really good question. I guess we can postcog, see if "excuse me" comes up. That might be an activation word. and do our best. In fact, I'll postcog everything here, and I start to put like I'll, like the latch to gate that you have to pull up to open it. I'll postcog one of those.
Okay, give me postcog roll.
Okay. Oh, I just thought of a smarter thing to do, but okay. 7.
How far are you going back?
Ooh, I mean, these attacks happened pretty recently, so like
they had to happen. Ulez called Veronica and sent her over. Veronica and Lyman and Haley over to guard Gracie and Abigail Fripp while you were doing your investigation 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That was the middle of the afternoon, maybe 3 or 4 p.m. probably when that happened. So
When-
it had to be at least since then.
Are there windows in the kitchen? Light.
when we
yeah,
did
We
the
saw Latin turn around. So we would
infer
have
time of day.
Yeah. What did it look like night when we
No,
did
it
our
was
first
day.
postcog?
Okay.
Okay, so it could be earlier today, could be yesterday. I'll postcog 2 yesterday just to be safe.
Okay, and you're postcogging like a gate latch?
Yeah. This is
All right,
7.
give me a postcog roll.
7?
You what do you get off of the gate latch?
If it ain't much, that's okay, because I have a plan for some other stuff.
You get a vision of a whole lot of Golden Garden kids, maybe all of them, could be 25, 30 people, sort of standing in a circle on the lawn in front of this house. And then shoop, it ends.
Do we want to check Veronica's house?
So why don't you give me
Yes.
investigation rolls?
Yeah.
10.
10. Ulez?
That is going to be a 14.
14.
Plus whatever it takes for the fact that I probably wander around here a lot.
Okay. Benny 4, Cadrax.
I'm
being told we have unlocked the lore drop. Thank you so much, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
2050, of course, 69. Nice.
Nice.
Yes, our chat is incredibly generous and always on brand. We love you. Thank you so much for all the support. Yeah, sorry. So Cadrax, you got a 9, you said?
I'm not investigating. Yeah,
you're not investigating. Okay. Okay, Ulez, with your 14, you look on the lawn and you can find, I'll say both Vion and Ulez, you can see that in the middle of the lawn there's this big circle of like sort of, crushed grass, like, I'm gonna call it
People
depressed, but
trampled
that
it?
makes it sound like it's sad. Yeah. Well, something has certainly trampled it. It is very much kind of in a,
Has been weighted
perfect
down.
circle. Yeah. And Ulez, with your 14, I'll say that you find the stub of a cigar. And from your knowledge of the Golden Gardens kids, as far as you don't know any of them to be cigar smokers.
Oh. Vion, could you kindly postcog this? We believe it is a cigar.
Absolutely. I postcog it.
Give me a postcog roll.
That's going to be a 10.
Okay. I assume you're going back the same amount that you went back before. So you see all the Golden Gardens kids standing around in this circle. Well, okay. You see a moment that probably came a little bit before what you saw. It's not quite all the Golden Gardens kids at this point. There are maybe like 10 or 15 of them kind of standing on the lawn.
Okay.
And Haley Mast, played by Zendaya, comes up through the gate and sees this man, the same guy you saw, management, standing by the house. And she looks around at all of her friends and she turns to the man and goes, "Who the hell are you?" And the man turns to her and he says, "I'm management. I'm your new boss. You work for me now. And you see Haley's pupils kind of shrink away until her eyes are just all pure white. And then her pupils quickly come back and she says, I work for you now. And then whoosh, it ends.
What?
So it's hearing, sound, maybe sight.
The absorption of the order seems to have come through audio. Had she not heard it, how would she know?
There's always the like if we can, again, if it's audio only, or if this words are just for flavor, that might change. If we turn out the lights, it might save us something, but I feel like it's probably via words.
Yeah, especially when it's repeated back like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still, if
That
there's
makes
any
it notable.
protection, is there still daylight? There's still a little bit of daylight.
Yeah, I would say you're in the middle of the afternoon right now. Let's say it's 4 p.m.
Okay.
It's October, so you probably got a couple hours left of daylight.
What do you think of Doc?
Perhaps Ulas might be able to construct a multispectrum device.
Oh, yes. If you could give me a little bit of time, there are quite a few houses we can take some parts from. There's a lot of just junk that everybody collects, but ultimately that junk can be used to craft many things.
What do you want to craft? A multi-spectrum device that does what?
I think we're looking to block out a couple of senses.
I think either sensor
okay.
or mind shield, whichever fits the mechanic better.
Yeah, you can build a gadget that has one power, so you're going from like something that does mind shield or something that does...
Mind shield worked earlier, I will say.
It did, and that's very easy for you to cast, and I'm
that's
wondering
true.
True.
Yeah. And I can do sound. Like, sound is the easiest thing for me to cover. So if you can cover something... No, it's clearly not tactile. Could you maybe build like some kind of like corneal shield in effect? or even just sillier. I mean, those are contacts or corneal shields. Don't look at me like that.
But resistance for the eyes.
Or just even straight up, like I came up with the sort of like sci-fi version first, but like up some sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So like I'm just gonna I'm gonna steal some sunglasses from these kids. Which, it's fine. And I'm gonna find ways to modify them. I'm trying to think of like what other tools that I could utilize beyond the necessary powers. I don't know, some copper wiring. Maybe I'll peel some tint off of some car windows. And then the final material, honestly, just might have to be some good old-fashioned gravel.
Okay.
That rocks.
Ula, your gadgets are level 6. Give me a gadgets roll.
All right.
I guess since these just sort of seem to, be based on, it's like it doesn't really seem to require power. It's not that kind of gadget. It's weird. It's like, they're basically just like really strong sunglasses or something. So,
yes. That's gonna be a 10.
10.
Except they look really cool and kind of campy.
Okay, you have built them at a 10. You are not entirely sure how effective they are going to be, but you have built them.
Okay, I'm gonna pass them out. I think there are some kid glasses that are like maybe like a neon pink frame, and they're kind of small.
Yes.
And they have some glitter on the sides.
Yes.
There are some aviators. There are some giant cat eye glasses. And then finally, I think there are just some also monstrous thick, what do you call that? The outside part, thick framed circular glasses.
Okay, I am actually incorrect here. Keep that description in mind. Truth is, you failed your roll. And I actually mixed up what that meant. I thought that meant that the gadget doesn't work. But actually, according to the guide, failure. It's been so long. I don't know if you've ever actually failed a gadgets roll before outright.
I don't think so.
So failure means you must make a determined effort to try again. So that means that costs you a point of determination.
I didn't have one. I used mine.
I have you with 1 point of determination.
Didn't you start with 2?
Earlier this episode.
Oh, I
Yeah,
had
but didn't you
2?
start with
Started
2?
with 2.
No,
Cadrex had 2.
They started with 1. Did you use a point this
Yeah.
episode?
Yes. To do something very important. In the middle of combat,
Oh,
I needed
yes.
to.
So unless you're going to spend the community determination, then you don't build that gadget.
No, I don't. However, I'm reading that apparently I should have used my intellect, and not just my power level. I keep forgetting that 90% of my moves I pull from intellect and not the actual power step. So that's just going to add 2 more points to it.
Okay.
So a 12.
Okay, so that means your gadget.
And if I can add my mechanics, 12, that's a 15. I'm sorry I did the math so badly in the beginning.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right, cool. So that means the build is
We're
a success.
learning together, Rick.
You have that gadget. Yeah, no, I basically make up the rules as I go. Even 53 episodes plus one shots and minis and stuff. We're like 60 some odd episodes into this show, and I still don't know how to play anything. But
we're doing our best.
Yeah, so that gives you a 15, which actually is a success. So you have, let's say, very, very strong sunglasses that look really weird.
Questionable.
What are the rest of you doing right now? You've seen the cigar, the weird circle on the lawn.
Try to think of how we can track this person down.
I would like to go to the deli down the street. There was I think it was technically a bodega, the one that Hector went. Yes, Herman's bodega. Hector attended. I think it was Herman's bodega. Hector was the person we were tracking.
Yeah, just right.
It was not the one with the cat. It was a different location.
The one with the sandwich shop
named after us there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, who else had the sandwich?
Yeah, Herman from Herman's Bodega, played by Dan Aykroyd.
Yes. Yeah. I would like to go there and see and ask him if he has seen anything recently.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way through the main entrance. That's his bodega is right by the main entrance of Golden Gardens, and yeah, you come into Herman's, and Herman's standing there, and you look around, and the place is kind of trashed, and he's just sort of like, he's like, hey, it's you! You stopped the robbery.
I did, although perhaps not this one. Is everything all right?
We get robbed a lot around here. Unfortunately, I just got robbed again a couple hours ago. They made off with the money in the register. Luckily, they didn't get to the safe. So, this too will pass. So what can I do for you? You need some beer, cigarettes, pet the bodega cat?
I will happily partake of this last and perhaps a sandwich, if only to renew my blood sugar and your coffers. But I would appreciate knowing more as I stroke the small predator. What happened in this robbery? Could you tell me more about the perpetrators, perhaps?
Oh, it looked like a couple of punks. We're always getting robbed by a couple of punks around here.
Sometimes I understand it as perhaps a single punk or multiple, the 3 or more punks.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes they bring friends. Sometimes they come alone. Punks.
Of course, yes, punks. Do you have a description of them, perhaps? There was a robbery at this bodega committed by punks, perhaps something that could yield post-cognitive evidence.
Why, thank you.
And he's like, description? I don't know. Just a couple of punks. Why? What's up?
Oh,
There was an incident at Golden Gardens nearby. A man of a description of Michael Emerson that Cadrax will render, and that Sam did not Google recently enough to be able to do. And he gave those local punks some trouble and might have provoked them to this. We are interested in finding this man.
Well, I don't know. Well, these punks, they're kind of sort of regulars robbing me around here. Not really, sadly, nothing unusual. Does this have something to do with that helicopter?
Could you elaborate?
Oh yeah, yesterday afternoon, the helicopter landed right over there in the Golden Gardens area that they're rebuilding now, and then a couple hours later, the helicopter took off again. And I was wondering if, did a rock star visit or something? The mayor?
Did it look like a news copter? A police copter? A fire?
No, it didn't have any markings like that on it. I mean, it's like a tail number like a regular helicopter, but I didn't catch it or anything,
Would you perhaps consent to some... I look up to the Ulez Gali sandwich. Superheroic assistance. Is that something you could render? We have someone who is excellent at helping one find memories within oneself one did not even know.
That sounds trippy.
Then he is on his way.
And I will stroll right in.
Vion, you enter to find Herman sort of holding up his cat in front of Cadrax and Ulez and being like, yeah, he seems a little grumpy, but actually he's very devoted to his job. Yep, it's like patrolling for mice, day in, day out. Worked for cat food. It's really a good benefit for me, and the price is right, and I don't know, I like him. And the cat's rah.
Okay, great. And I turn to Cadrax. I'm gonna read this guy's. I'm gonna actually loop him into our little telepathic connection here, so we can get a clear image of what you just saw. And I turn to him, and do you mind if I do a little psychic investigation here for you, sir?
Psychic investigation. What does that do?
What it's going to do is it's actually going to connect our minds, and then we're going to be able to see the helicopter that you saw yesterday through your memory. So I want you to just picture that helicopter very carefully.
Does it hurt?
No, not at all.
Yeah, okay, I'm in.
Okay, great. I'll drop my telepathic communication at level 4, and instead I'm going to cast it at level 5 to include him.
All right, give me you got to reroll to recast.
Okay. Well, actually, technically, everyone is down for this, so I don't.
He's a willing party. Yeah, I just turn it on. Just turn it on.
Okay.
Yeah. If you turn it on, it'll work automatically.
That's going to be a 13.
Yeah, you turn it on.
Great.
So you have telepathy, and you probe into Herman's memories. First his more recent memories. You see him spending the whole morning, or spending the late afternoon cleaning up the place. You see the robbery with the punks who take the money from the register and go running. You go further back and see Herman just kind of like spending the morning talking to his cat. They like argue a lot. And then you go further back to the day before and see Herman standing out front of the bodega. He's kind of smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer and just kind of, just watching the neighborhood. And then you see a helicopter rise out of the block, the Golden Gardens area, which is actually, kind of big. I think we've established it as, square mile or so. And Vian, give me an investigation roll.
Where'd my dice go?
I don't know.
That's gonna be 14.
And you see the helicopter. It is, it's sort of a small black helicopter. You can't see inside of it. It looks like it's got tinted windows, and you can read that the tail number on the helicopter is Z33B8X.
Say that one more time.
Z as in Zorro, 33, B as in Benny Beckett, 8 as in, the number 8, and X as in Charles Xavier.
Okay. Thank you. We can run this through some sort of like filing system or something, right, Ulez?
Oh, yes. Oh, we apologize. We were admiring the sandwich sign. Yes, let me determine that right now.
Ulez, you
Yeah.
access the internet.
And the police records, whatever they have for like license plate information, because let's be real,
Leon Neal, showed you how to get in, to the Department of Investigation Systems with his information. So that probably, unless he's changed it since then, you can access the Department of Investigation. So give me an investigation roll.
Ooh, that is gonna be really good. That is 14 plus 2 is 16.
Okay. You are able to identify this helicopter. The police have file for legal aircraft that are allowed to operate in the city, and this one is a rental. It is a rental from a place called McGrath Helicopter. Usually works with kind of upscale corporate clients.
Okay. I will relay that information. McGrath Helicopter. If we go investigate that, we might find people that have been subjected to the exact same control as their kids at Golden Gardens.
That's a great point, Ulez.
Very likely. It's our only lead at this moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go to McGrath.
Okay. You say you get the address off of the internet. McGrath Helicopter is located, I will say, good place for McGrath Helicopter. You know what? McGrath Helicopter is located in Epton by the airport, so south of where you're at. It is really the main business that they do is sort of renting rich guys' helicopters to sort of land at the airport and just fly right into Avalon and fly back, skipping the traffic. And you fly all the way down there, I assume. And it is a very nice building, and out it's got like sort of mini airport kind of built next to it, which is sort of all helicopters. And you walk inside, and you are immediately greeted by a man in a polo shirt. He's got a name tag that says, "Can I help you? My name is Jake Chapman." And he's, "Hi, rock band?
Can I play a trouble against myself? Just for being a little two-part human and caught up in the frustration of all of this, the challenges of trying to figure out what's really going on and how to track down this, well, frankly, asshole. Ulis is going to shoulder past this person, not with enough force to maybe push them back, but maybe enough gusto to jostle them and just kind of create a little bit of a scene in this fancy lobby."
What quality is that? Part human?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do that, and you kind of push past him. He's like, whoa, hey, and a security guard sort of comes running over and is like, what's going on? And Jake's like, I think they're musicians, surly types. And the security guard kind of gets in front of you and is like, hey, this is a respectable facility. You can't just go running around.
That's
Well,
no. That's a good point. You present, officer. I'm gonna clock where the security cameras are.
Give me an investigation roll.
Okay.
Benny has not wanted to not be lava, I think, through most of this because she's freaked out. So I don't think she went inside.
oh,
Okay.
Can I be looking at the helicopters in this little like bay area and see if the one that we saw is here? If it was
Give me some
returned?
investigation. Give me an investigation roll.
I do this to myself.
got this.
I got 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see that there are a couple of security cameras positioned and the place is pretty well covered.
Okay. While you're doing that search, Benny.
7.
Okay. You start kind of walking slowly
wandering,
through the airport, wandering kind of like there are a lot of helicopters that look alike, so you're kind of just like comparing the tail number to what you know.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Dion, what are you doing?
What hey, this is our drummer. They get real riled up. Why don't you get some fresh air? Why don't you take a little time? Why don't we get some fresh air? I'm gonna walk outside with you, Ulez, and telepathically we still have the link up. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna cast invisibility on you. If you want to interface and just check out what was going on here.
Yes.
Cadrex, what are you doing? Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say something mean. It's okay.
Oh.
No.
Well, now
what were
I
you gonna
really
say?
Yes, please. If they try to stop me again, we will stomp on their toes.
And now one of them, the Jake Chapman turns to the security guard and he's like, I don't know, they sound more like cops now.
They went outside, I believe. The van took them outside.
So you two head outside. Cadrex, what are you doing?
Well, I am now the only person in this lobby, which means we get everyone's favorite, Cadrax, tanks, and interaction with humans.
And Jake Chapman walks over to you and sort of, are you here to rent a helicopter?
I do have some concerns before I would even contemplate such a thing. There was word in the helicopter rental community that this establishment recently rented a helicopter without authorization from the company. Is that true? Did you have an employee who let a rental go a couple days ago?
I am not in the habit of discussing our business with walk-ins.
You must understand, the person who did it was a librarian. I want to flash in Department of Investigative Library Services.
So you're using the original badge. Yeah.
I'm using the OG creds.
Yeah.
Give me a willpower roll.
I absolutely will. You know what? All work, no play. I am serious about my investigative service. I'm spending one of my...
We got it. Let's burn it.
Okay.
Yep. That's a 4 on the die. So a 4 plus a 4 plus a 2. It's the goodest I can do.
So that is a 10.
Yes.
So he's a librarian. What is this about?
I need answers. I'm not certain that a crime has not been committed, and I frankly would prefer that it not be by you. You see, this librarian has given us trouble on multiple occasions before, and illicit helicopter rental is
Librarians.
the least crimes.
Worse than musicians. All right. What do you need to know, Inspector?
The circumstances by which this crime was perpetrated against you, the innocent helicopter rental company.
What crime was perpetrated against us?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was this not the company? Did you not have a helicopter taken out from under you 2 days ago?
Like stolen?
An employee might have given it away?
I don't know anything about that. Let me check the computer and see if somebody else made a note of a stolen chopper. Hang on. That feels like I would hear. And he goes over to the computer, and while that's going on, Vion, Ulez, what are you doing?
I come back in alone.
With the door open just long enough for Ulez to squeeze through.
Ulez is invisible.
Yes. And I'm just gonna like trot over as quietly as possible and touch the desks in the lobby. The computers, excuse
give
me.
me an interface roll.
Okay, not my best. That is gonna be 12 unless I can add investigation.
What are you trying to do? Like, what are you looking for? For the interface roll itself, 12 is fine. You are now in the computer. Yeah.
Okay. No, we're trying to figure out who rented helicopter Z33B8X under what name exactly, what date, what time. Are there security cameras of that time? Like, we need as much information to kind of figure out if this is management.
Okay. Ulez, give me an investigation roll. Cadrax, while Ulez is investigating, you are standing by as Jake Chapman searches the computers. Ulez, what do you get?
15.
Okay. Cadrax, Jake Chapman tells you, I got no records of a stolen chopper. Everything seems to be properly accounted for. I'm curious as to where these allegations came from, but I'm happy to tell you anything I know, Inspector. I don't want to mess with the library investigative services. I've heard about some of your methods.
Certainly, I hope not to take a page out of their book today. So, can you tell me about the rentals of a couple days ago? Did you rent multiple choppers that day? I'm trying simply to work out whether it was at this establishment. Perhaps I was simply confused as to the location. Can you verify?
Well, let me take a look. And he starts typing searching the computers. Ulez, meanwhile, you find the security videos. Scanning back to the day before, and you find for 15, you find at first everything seems normal. You don't see management to come in or go out anytime. But then paying closer attention, you notice that there are some strange gaps in the security videos, edits that go by very quickly, as if something has been erased. Meanwhile, Benny, outside, you stumble on to helicopter Z33B8X.
Oh, okay. We've got telepathic link still. I guess I'm not around other people, so earpiece or whatever's up. I will inform my crew. I think I found it. If you can get a postcog if you are available. And I'm gonna lava off and just kind of like hop up and see if I can like peek in the window. Like, what do I see in there?
Yeah, you peek inside and give me an investigation roll. Cadrax, meanwhile, Jake Chapman is telling you, I don't know, all of our records only reflect our regular clients. I don't see anything here about any unusual rentals.
The records have been doctored. They've been edited. Telepathically.
Perhaps this man must also be doctored. Alas, I have to do the thwack to the back of the Knoggin.
Ooh.
You're gonna knock him out?
Because that'll break the thing.
Leon's right there.
I thought he's leaving for you.
I don't give a shit. Hit the guy.
Don't hit people. Don't hit people for no reason.
I'm not hitting him for no reason.
All right, Benny's got a pretty good
helpful.
point.
He's being
Benny's got a pretty good point.
helpful.
But
He's just a guy.
And
Okay, but
the
but you can
solution.
use your brain to astral project, shunt their spirit out of their body. Do that instead.
All right, Benny's got a pretty good point. I'll
Please.
astral project push this guy out.
Please.
All right, as I go
Whoa.
to, I'm about to cast, and I turn to you. I turn to you, Cadrax, and just like mentally, like, Doc, what do you want the move to be?
I mean, this is happening very quickly, so I
Yeah.
think it's purely if
I took too
the
long?
table wants to
Oh.
which is to say, if the table wants to sort of yoink the react and have you outcast, that's perfply fine.
I don't
Okay.
know. I feel like you probably took too long. I'm giving Cadrax. Give me a.
I assume this is all above table. Like, if the table would rather we not do this, I'm happy to put like.
None of that was Benny in the comms. I have no idea what's happening in there. That was all
Right,
Caitlin.
exactly.
Like that was all.
I mean,
all the table
if
thing, like-
Cadrax, if you could get a point of determination for this, I wouldn't be against it.
That's a good point. And also, like, if I've got a helicopter to postcog, I'm gonna be a lot more interested in going to postcog that.
Cadrax, you would have played as a trouble.
If all work no play fits, but it is still a bit more not from around here, I suppose.
Let's say not from around here. Yeah, you kind of give this guy like a quick jolt, and instantaneously he just like falls back into the chair behind him, and is just like out cold, like now asleep in the chair. And now
I'm like,
you have a point of determination.
I'm like heading out, and I turn around, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I guess keep an eye out for the security guard, and I'll just like head out to the helicopter.
Yeah, the security guard has not noticed yet that Jake Chapman has passed out in his chair, and you head out to the helicopter. Benny is peeking in the windows. What did you get on your investigation roll, Benny?
8.
8.
That's pretty good for Benny.
Almost
max.
The only thing you see is a cigar stub sitting in an ashtray on the door that's on the right side of the helicopter, where you would imagine a passenger would sit.
Do they not clean these when they bring them back in? I guess that's not probably. And she drops down as
yeah, and Vion is now showing up right behind you. We are going to go a little bit over here, folks. Shouldn't be too bad.
Cigar
hey, Benny. Mm-hmm.
inside. Probably
Okay, great.
the same.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of already knew that this was probably his. So.
All right, you want to go check it out inside?
Let's do it.
I put a hand on you, and I'm going to phase you, and then I'm going to cast flight on us, and we'll fly up in there.
There you go. All right.
Okay, yeah, that is all easy. Yeah, I'll give, you're not under stress, so you can just turn on flight, and you are inside the helicopter.
Perfect. I'll unphase, and I will pick up the cigar and postcog that.
Give me a postcog roll.
Come on, big money. That is pumpkin. That's a 10.
Okay, so going back, I assume about as far as you were going back with all the rest of your postcogs.
Yeah, a little shorter because this is on return flight.
Okay. You see management sitting in this seat. The helicopter is sitting on the lawn at Golden Gardens, surrounded by those kids who are standing on the lawn in a circle. You get the feeling that this is what created that circle in the middle of the lawn of crushed grass, which is the wind from the helicopter blades, probably. And the door is open, and management leans out the door to the kids and says, "You all have your instructions. Do as you've been told, and then everyone return to the young king." And he closes the door, and the helicopter lifts off, and whoosh.
Okay, well, it looks like we got a location then, huh, Benny?
Yeah. All of this, I mean, so far everything we've seen has been like robbery based.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what does someone with that type of power need with money?
Not sure, unless they're hired by somebody and their payment is something specific. Or they want to make superhero kids look bad.
That's true.
And I can't imagine what political jerkbag is interested in doing that.
That's a good point.
It's a bit late in the game, I guess, but we could pull a... No, we don't need to do that. That's all right. I was just cooking up one of those really bad Vion plans, considering that I can imitate his voice and that if we follow this thread, I could actually call up that politician who shall not be named and say that the plan went awry and see what reaction we get out of that. But
that'd be actually very interesting. But I think I do like that. Save it. File it away.
That's a back pocket
that.
one?
I
Okay,
do
great.
like that. I think that'd be
Perfect.
interesting.
Okay, perfect. Oh, actually, we could do the reverse. Interesting. Anyway, let's go track down management first, and then if we don't find out who management's working with, I think that we can maybe sort of test that and pull a little Columbo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Columbo being the greatest detective series that has ever been.
Yes.
Okay.
I even know that one mostly because you very beautifully and passionately infodumped to me at WonderCon one time, and it's one of my most treasured memories.
I do love a good Columbo.
Do not get me talking about Columbo.
False. Do get him talking about Columbo. It's fantastic.
We'll talk Columbo
11 out of
sometime.
10 recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we will.
All right. We got a location. The Young King.
Did they say, sorry, was it then go to the Young King, bring to the Young King?
You all have your instructions. Do as you've been told, and then everyone return to the Young King.
Okay.
Return to the Young King.
Yeah.
I do a quick search to see if Young King shows up on maps. If it's like a restaurant or something.
On maps?
Yeah, just on my phone.
No, you don't find anything.
I think simultaneously, while invisible, and stepping over the body of Jake, Liz is going to look up Young King as well, based on the minimal information that was relayed, and look up, like, again, through any investigation department documents and info.
Give me an investigation roll.
But that's a 10.
Okay.
That's impossible. Sorry. No, that's a 12.
Oh, even better. Okay, for 12, in the investigation department computers, you are able to find that there is a cargo ship by the name of the Young King that is cleared to dock in Port Ruby. Security has been especially heavy, over the last year or so, as the city has faced alien invasions and all kinds of weird stuff. Your search yields for 12 that the Young King is currently docked at the Boxley Harbor Seaport in Riften. Jake, can I have the Riften map? And once the Riften map goes up, which it probably is for you watching, you can see that the Boxley Harbor Seaport is all the way in north. Wait a minute. Did I put it on the map? I'm pretty sure I made a map. Oh man, I think I sent the wrong map to Jake. I gave him the wrong map. But say it is on the coast there, right beneath Old Riften Village, is where it's supposed to be. That's my bad. I don't know how I did that. So yeah, Boxley Harbor Seaport is right there on the north east coast of Riften, right beneath Old Riften Village, where you went and had your adventure with the lesbian witches.
Okay, and I'm sorry, you said this was a cargo ship?
Yeah, cargo ship.
Okay, and just remind brain, those are like the long ships with like the crates, like the big boxes?
Big
yes.
boys.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so Liz will relay that. Oh, we have a secondary location, Boxley Harbor Seaport.
Oh.
We have to investigate that ship. It is called the Young King.
Wonderful. All right. Let's head to it.
Very well. If you commence teleport, I'll be along shortly.
Oh, yes, okay. We will be with you. And I know isn't it a ways away?
That is quite a ways away for a teleport.
I mean,
We're
I'm
gonna
just
let you
figuring
be on.
I let them get a head start because I can catch up and then I'll take the rest of the way. I just look.
You have
I
a thing to
don't
do?
not need to. Oh, just like I have to resolve Jake because we know
Yeah.
if you astral project them, they're comatose.
Mm-hmm. You want to check on Jake?
Right. Like,
Yeah.
is he thwacked or
I
is
gotcha.
or is he also something I would need to call in?
All right, Catrax, why don't you give me a medical exam?
I mean, also secondarily, if I need to fight any of you, it's very helpful to know what does and doesn't work and to what extent. Sorry, what?
Mm-hmm.
My die really wants me to know that answer, I guess, and to render aid. Actually, honestly, I think this is just Caitlin's die, and I just live in it. But anyway, it was a 6 on the die, so 15.
Sorry. He reacts very similarly to the way the Golden Garden kids did. You get the feeling that management has tampered with this guy's brain, and possibly he has erased the computers himself and didn't know it, or something like that.
Surely.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So
Don't call me
regardless
Shirley.
of the method, what are you going to do? Kill me? Wait.
See, my concern was that like another employee took the call in and had the like brain rearranged, and this guy was just like a dude who's like, oh yeah, according to my records, everything's fine. That was my word.
Entirely could have happened, depending on how much time we had left. But so yeah, let's say you now take to the skies and head off to the Boxley Seaport, and it takes you, I don't know, a good 10-15 minutes to fly there. And you come down at the Boxley Harbor Seaport. Like I said, northeast coast of Riften, very convenient location for ships coming to Port Ruby off the ocean. And give me an investigation roll, anybody who wants to look, because this port is enormous. Give me an investigation roll to see if you can find this cargo ship amongst all the cargo ships.
Oh gosh.
9.
9?
That is gonna be a 12.
Okay, for 12, you find from the air, you spot the Young King docked at Pier 622. And it is right next to a dock. There's like a big, long kind of gangplank leading up to it. Do you land on the dock or on the ship?
There, contracts. That's where we have to go.
Ping.
Cadrax, give me a ping roll.
Oh, hey. We can't even. So 19.
Okay, there are a good number of people on this ship. You clock a couple of dozen people in the cargo holds. You clock a few people walking around on deck. A couple of people in, the pilot's, I don't know what they call that, where they drive the ship from. The
helm.
The helm.
No,
Thank you.
Is that it? Am I right?
I'm going with the helm. That works for me. That's what they call it on this ship. They call it the helm. Yeah, it's better than what I was going to go with, which was room with the steering wheel thingy.
I think the helm might actually be front of a ship.
No, it's fine.
No,
That's
no,
what
no.
we're calling it.
Cockpit?
The bridge,
Like
it's the bridge. Yes, and you clock a couple of people in there too. So what do you want to do? Landing somewhere? Staying airborne? What are you doing?
I think right now we're perched on one of those cranes that's like way over the ship, so we're all just on there as we're figuring things out exclusively because it would make a cool shot.
I love it.
Got to get a crane for the crane.
Perched on a crane, the four of you standing up there, kind of looking down at the young king and making your plans. So, what are your plans?
Do we go in invisible and like try to see if we can figure out what's going on? Do we?
Yes.
I don't know.
However, we worry that a lot of ships are not particularly spacious. So being invisible, we might bump into a lot of people.
I mean, we've done it before. Like Cadrix has like flown over the top of like hallways when we had to go like with the glass tower.
yes.
Like we weren't
But some of us
invisible
can
then, but
phase.
that's I mean, we could be
Could you start
Brilliant.
phasing the children out, perhaps? I would imagine the
Oh.
ones in the cargo hold are probably the children and youths.
Aha.
Yeah.
If we all go in as many as phased as we can and invisible, and then start just getting the people off
Teleporting
the ship.
or
teleporting them out.
flying them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While perhaps others of us try to find.
That's a good idea.
If the two of you, if Cadrex and Vion want to get out, I can go with as protection for Ulas. We can try to find some computers, try to find some more information, try to see what else we can learn.
Yes.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll keep an eye. I'm gonna look to see, just off of the boat where there's a safe place to start like teleporting people, like a patch of grass or something.
Give me an investigation roll.
It's a pumpkin, so that's gonna be 14.
There's like a large parking lot that is sort of recessed from the docks slightly.
Perfect.
Okay.
This is a good plan. What I'm thinking of doing is invisibility on all of us. Okay. So I'm gonna cast that with middle magic, and unfortunately, you two can't be. No one else can be phased.
Do we? Then do we want to?
I'm well equipped to go hunting because I both have Ula's glasses and the capacity to avoid aural attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is best then, perhaps.
I can fly and ping my way through the ship until we find him, at which point
Go for the throat.
Yeah.
Is that how lava works?
So just so I'm clear here, Vion is going to try and phase this. What you think are the children out of the cargo hold?
I'm gonna try to teleport the kid. I'm gonna burst teleport the kids out. 7 by 7.
Okay, and you are going with
myself, I believe.
You're going alone.
Ula? Wait, did we?
Ula, do you want to come with?
We should perhaps try to navigate this cargo ship or determine where it is meant to go.
Yeah, I think that Benny and Ulez are on. You're both on like an investigation mission, right?
Okay. I didn't know if Cadrix was suggesting swapping the split, but you're suggesting splitting the two of you.
A triple. It sounds like it's a triple split.
Triple split the party.
Evacuate children because Beyond has amazing magic. That like I was thinking Ula teleport, but no, this leaves Ula's open to go information, and ideally to find any evidence to the effect of who might be, if we suspect, an accomplice of management.
Yeah.
I bring the thunder.
Okay.
Yeah. You
so
go hunting.
Clarify for me one last time. Vion, you are headed to the cargo bay.
Yeah.
Ula, are you going with somebody or are you going alone?
Ula's and Benny.
I'm with Benny.
Ula's and Benny and Cadrax and Vion. Is that the deal?
Cadrax alone, Vion alone. The short stacks.
Yeah.
Okay, Ulez and Benny, you are going like looking for like just investigating, like going like on a sort of reconnaissance kind of thing.
What we can see, yeah.
Yeah,
and Cadrax,
you are. Why don't I at least go in with you, Vion?
Yeah.
In case he is with the children.
Yeah, sure.
That seems fairly probable if this is indeed a trap, and it will allow at least on your way in, I can keep up the aural shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, Rick.
Yeah, no worries. I just want to make sure I'm clear on what everyone is doing. Okay, you're all invisible. You, Vion, you do you have invisibility on?
Yeah, it was already on, so I just cast it back on all of us.
Okay.
And our mental link is still up. We don't have to talk.
You cannot phase through the side of the ship. It is obviously a lot thicker than aluminum.
Yeah.
So you are making your way through the ship looking for the way down to the cargo hold. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna whatever way you're doing it, Doc, is how I'm traveling.
Yeah. So we'll hug the ceiling of the corridors with flight, and I have a silence bubble on us.
Okay, give me coordination roll.
$10.
Great. You are very slowly in the air, flying your way through the ship, trying to make your way down. Those things, can be a little bit like labyrinths, but you've got your ping rolls to kind of navigate by, so you are working it. Benny, Ulez, you are headed where? Towards like a control room, looking for a computer kind of thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
I tried to look up like what is inside of a cargo ship, but I'm not having a good time.
Cargo.
And it's probably most of it is cargo. Like it's gonna be storage space. So there's probably like the helm, which would probably have the most computer stuff, and maybe there's like an office and like a quarters. Maybe I don't know how far. I don't know how if this is like an across the bay thing or if this is a like long term travel type ship. But everything that is not like cargo is probably going to be localized next to the helm. So I would say we head there.
Okay. So you are headed towards the helm, and you are on foot, bamfing your way there. What are you
I guess we
doing?
can probably bamf up. It's going to be high. Like if we want to
Yeah.
bamf up to the top of the ship and then walk from there. Do you want to go through
Right.
hallways?
Ulez,
As long
give me a
as I have vision.
teleportation roll. Die apply, of course.
We are okay on That was hard for my face to say.
I was like,
Lots of vowels.
Got my hopes
Too
up.
many. That's a 7 on teleportation.
Nope, that's fine. You arrive like teleportation. Like remember, if you fail, it just you arrive a little stunned. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not even a failure. So yeah, you bamf your way up towards the helm, and from outside of the helm, it's kind of got these big windows for kind of seeing out. You can see right now that there is nobody in there. Looks like they are not preparing to depart in like at this particular second or anything like that. So wherever the people in the control room are or in this area are, they are doing other stuff right now.
Is there like it probably has a door. Like it's probably not like an entry, like an open entryway or anything. Like we'd probably like.
There is a door to the control room. It's got a keypad lock on it.
And he just like after you.
Oh yes.
Let's give me an interface roll.
I love how we have two different lock pickers who are just like, here, trivialize this lock.
Right? It makes me so happy.
And then we have Benny and Vion who are like, no door at all, actually.
Yeah.
Right. We just nope doors in this particular RPG. Yep. We see the trope and we're like, nope.
Doors is a young man's game.
14.
Yeah, you open that up pretty easily and you head into the helm. You look around, even without an investigation roll, you can see that there are kind of computers everywhere. Most of them are probably used for navigation, but you can see some systems that look like sort of more conventional, more conventional computers that are probably used for like communication and things like that, that are close to the pilot station.
Yeah, like any recent communications? Like that might be helpful.
Okay, give me an interface roll.
Let's look at them logs. That is a good roll. That is going to be a 13.
Okay, while you are looking through that computer, Vion, Kadrax, you have made your way to the cargo bay, and it's very quiet down there for a place that's got like 25 or 30 people in it, whatever Kadrax counted. And you fly. You can't hear it?
No, I have it on a two-way silence bubble versus this guy.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, then you don't hear that. So you are just okay.
For the audience. The audience is on me.
Didn't realize it was two-way. Yeah. And you fly your way to the cargo bay, and what you see in front of you is kind of freaky. You see 30 kids. You've been to Golden Gardens enough to recognize at least a couple of them, and you get the feeling these are the Golden Gardens kids, and they are all kind of just standing stone-faced, like at military attention, in like rows of 5 people. Give me an investigation roll, both of you, or to anybody who wants to look around.
13.
9.
You do not see anything in the way of guards. You get the feeling that management is not worried about them going anywhere, so he just has sort of left them there, and they are standing at attention, possibly waiting for his instruction or whatever he has told them that should activate them to happen.
Okay. Hey everyone, I'm gonna actually drop telepathy. I'm gonna try something real quick, and I want to cast telepathy at level 7 to reach out to one of these kids and talk to them in their heads.
Give me a roll to turn on telepathy. No, you already have telepathy on because you were just using it with the rest of the team.
Yeah, I'm doing it level 7 though. That was little magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then you got to do it again at level 7.
There's gonna be 12 to turn on.
That will get it. Yes, that will get it on.
And I don't know. Here's the thing: is technically it would have to go against a willpower test.
Yep.
But if the kids are willing,
who said it's their willpower?
Yeah, that's a good point. I have to go up against the other power.
Yeah, you do not find that they react to you like willing subjects.
Okay.
So,
all right, so it's against. So yeah. Anyway, I got a 12.
Thank you for interfacing with mind control so that I've no longer done the worst bad idea of tonight. I appreciate you.
You find that you cannot talk to them. And meanwhile, while you are doing that, Ulez, you have searched your way through this computer. Much of what you have found is, pretty ordinary. But you do find one particular email in the system. It is an email from management to one Tony Greaves. And it says, I have secured the assets and put them under control. I will arrange for the demonstrations you requested tomorrow. One will be a hit on an armored car, the other at a racetrack. I will expect delivery of the full 10 million tomorrow upon receipt of the assets.
We have found the incriminating evidence. Shall we email our friend Leon?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Sooner than later, because I'm having a hard time getting through these kids.
Email is sent.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for that.
Detective agency and wherever else might be relevant.
Yeah, you don't even have to roll for that. You send send it to Leon Neal, and he now has a copy of that email, whether he realizes it or not at this point. And then you hear like a footstep behind you. You turn around.
We are invisible, so...
Benny, you are hit by a massive energy blast. Well, as you've seen this energy blast before, it is Veronica's energy blast.
Even though they're both invisible?
Haley Mast's energy blast. And standing behind Haley Mast, you see management. Benny, you are knocked out cold. You go right down.
I wasn't lava anyway, so he was...
Management comes in behind Haley, who is standing there stone-faced, and management says, I can hear your thoughts. You can come out. Sunflower.
Teleport away!
Where are you teleporting to?
Outside of the cargo ship. On the port, on the dock, I don't remember what they're called.
Give me a teleportation roll. Die apply.
Oh god, I'm gonna cry if I go back. I'm okay. 9.
Bamf, you appear all the way on the other side of the cargo ship. That is the farthest point that you have seen up on deck.
And then on my communicator, Betty has been struck down. They are not moving. We need assistance. The management is here.
And then you hear in your comm piece, I'm here, and I have one of your comm pieces, thanks to your friend here.
No! And I'm gonna take one out of... Oh no, it's integrated into me. I can't even throw it away anymore. I've broken too many. I'll be able to turn mine off.
Vion, Cadrax, what are you doing right now?
I turn to you, Doc. Hey, Doc, why don't I cause a little stir while you go hunting a little bit?
Very well. Yes, very well. We should make sure that they are not activated.
That's a good idea. I guess keep them away from the cargo area?
The Caitlyn dance.
I know, right? I suppose either mass deactivation or barricading the door as we leave.
Okay. Let's barricade the doors before we leave then.
All right.
You get towards the door. I'm going to say this cargo area, it's pretty enormous, but just the way you came in is open right now. So how do you barricade it? What do you use?
I will close the door and I will use a high frequency sound wave. I'm basically going to fuse it. I can always blast it open later.
Give me a complex test roll.
Sure.
Oh, you're going to get this.
Okay, yeah, it's a 5 on my die, so it's an 18.
You know what? I'm changing my die out.
Hey, no! We're in Act 3. You keep that die.
No, red die has been terrible tonight. No, you're no die of mine.
Okay, fine. Go with the dice of the blue.
We're going with the purple and blue this time.
Oh, I didn't know we had purple now.
Oh yeah, we get this cool like purple.
I haven't bribed him yet.
Yeah. So okay, so yeah, easily you fuse the door closed. Now what are you doing? You're heading up to deck or?
Yeah, I'm going hunting. Vion is doing some kind of as yet undisclosed distraction.
Cadrax, you zoom up towards deck. Vion, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna do 2 things real quick for the sake of time. One, I am going to cast at level 7. I'm gonna give us all like mental resistance. Use my big magic. To do that.
Okay, going for what level?
7. Yeah.
All right. Roll to turn that on.
Okay, that's going to be 12 to turn on.
And you just narrowly got it on, but it is
okay.
on. Yeah.
Great. So that's big magic. Middle magic is invisibility, and I am dropping the mental link because he can hear our thoughts. And my little magic, I am casting astral projection onto myself. Very quietly. Okay. Suddenly, I'm gonna find a little corner to just leave my body. And like, yeah, I have to roll to turn it on, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But I'm casting it at like level 1 because it's just easy, it just is on.
I mean, then you will get it. You don't have to roll if you're just doing it at level 1 because you have to roll at least a 1 on the die, and I mean,
Perfect. Okay, great. That was a 13, just for the sake of fairness. So I kind of like wander into a shadow. And then out of that shadow strolls what seems to be a phased Vion. And I put a finger to my temple and I go, "Oh, so you can can you hear our thoughts? Is this how this works? Am I on? Can you hear me?" And I'm just like thinking out.
It's Haley. Haley could hear, right?
Well,
Or-
management can hear. Management was the one who could hear the thoughts, but try to decide what the range is for his power. You know what? To keep things moving, I'm going to say you hear back in your head. You must be the one who calls himself the Spirit of Justice.
Nope. That's everybody else. That's what they call me. I call myself Vion Vigor. Technically, Vion Banerjee is my name, but I call myself Vion Vigor as a pen name.
Vion Vigor? Your name is Life? I would go with Spirit of Justice.
My name is Vion Vigor. I was chosen to be the Spirit of Justice. It actually happened to me because of a car accident, and I want to send my memory of the car accident to him.
That is like a telepathy. Does that have to be?
They're already telepathically linked.
If he's reading my mind, I'm just thinking about it.
Read telepathy willpower to read an unwilling subject's thoughts.
Okay.
You're not really reading an unwilling subject. Okay, you project the image of your accident to him.
Yeah.
And he's you are a most interesting fellow.
And you're kind of an asshole using a bunch of kids to do your bidding because you couldn't. See, I got into a huge accident. I pulled myself out. I'm trying to do good. You, on the other hand, with everything that you have the ability to do, you're not stopping wars. You're not pulling down fights.
They're not doing my bidding. It's my client's bidding. I do what I'm paid to do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, so I apologize. I thought I was talking to management. Turns out I'm talking to middle management. I want to just to keep his attention as I'm going to antagonize the hell out of him while Cadrax goes hunting.
Okay, give me a willpower roll.
Great. All right, this is going to be 6 plus roll.
Is this a performanceable?
Oh, yeah. Is this performance?
Yeah. I'd say this is performance.
Okay, 11.
You're lucky you brought your lawyer. And 11. Okay. So you are kind of,
Do we have any community determination left, or did we
use
it?
Point of community determination.
I can make it 13.
Do you want to take it? Is everybody opposed to that? I feel like we got to give Cadrax a good chance.
I would like to inflict a tremendous amount of emotional damage on him. So yes, I think the this thing.
I'd love to bump it up to 13, and I would like to start to insult him so much that he's coming after me. My thought of this is, if he's reading my thoughts and he doesn't know my actions, if I'm flooding my thoughts with insulting him, he's not going to realize that he can't do anything to me because I'm not in physical form. If he attacks me, I simply pass out.
All right. Well, I'll say even with the determination, management has extremely high willpower.
Okay.
It is sort of a cornerstone of his power set. And
let me just strength.
I will say you have distracted him. He is certainly involved with you, but he so far is staying put on the helm. Cadrax, you are navigating your way up toward the helm, I suppose?
Yes.
Okay, you fly up out on the deck. You can see the control room that Ulez had formerly teleported to. What are you doing?
Ping.
Give me a ping roll.
Strictly speaking, this is more like the ping that I did in the gun room right before. The one I did in the gun room where I'm using a surface so that I can keep the bubble.
Okay.
So that's 15.
You detect 2 people in the control room, one of them standing upright and kind of pacing back and forth, and the other one lying very still on the ground.
All right, that matches the description. With my final pings out of the way, I'm going to switch from versatile Cadrax to Xing Aura Cadrax.
Okay, you got your aura on.
Yes,
that comes on. Ulez, what are you doing right now?
I think Omar, had telepathy still been up when you saw the kids? Do you remember?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Ulyss is gonna teleport to inside that cargo crate.
Give me a teleportation roll. Uh-oh, die apply.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was 2 6s. I've never done that in this game.
But bam, you appear in the cargo hold. You see that same thing they saw, the kids all standing there in rows, very still.
Okay, is there a kid in there that I recognize, like for sure by name?
There is you recognize there is, let's say, a kid.
Do you want me to choose a name?
No. I had a list somewhere.
Oh no!
Hang on. You see a kid. Hang on.
I will start saying names if you don't help me.
There's a kid named Isaac Chen. He's played by Forrest Wheeler from Fresh Off the Boat, and you know him. He's got the power to stun people essentially by hitting them with these sort of strange force bolts he can project from his eyes.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to walk up to Isaac, and I want to try to heal. I want to try and heal the mental damage that has been done, and I know it's a stamina thing, like mechanically.
Mm.
I don't know.
You just got a determination. You could stunt.
There we go. That's what I want to do. Okay, hold on. Let me open up icons again. So that means
You're also lucky you brought your lawyer.
Yay! Teamwork.
Hey Rick, I'm knocked out. Hey Rick, I'm knocked out right now. I'm helping.
All right, we'll get to you in a minute.
No, I'm fine. I love it.
No, you're helping. I'll have to address that.
It really does suck when you're just like out for the thing for like 8 hours, for like 7 hours, for like 5, for like.
I'm having a great time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't worry, that won't be happening anymore, Sam.
So it looks like astral projection is the best one. Or
well, if you were trying to do like a heal on their mind, you could maybe stunt it into the mental shield or something. I don't know if that's quite right.
I'm looking at mind control to see if there's a way to kind of like undo that. If I could heal the mind control that has been done, if I stunt with that move, depending on the level of success, if it can be a heal versus a success in the determined amount of control over their brain.
I would say mental shield is probably what you're looking for, right? Is it like sort of loosens the control over their brain? So it's like, stunt your healing to sort of try and do what Vion did at the beginning, but more.
Okay.
Right? That sounds like what you're going for.
Yeah, mind shield is a version of mental resistance defined as a mental power. Yeah, okay.
What does emotion control do again?
Emotion control is, it can make you feel happy, feel sad, feel angry.
Okay.
Red mist.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I was just trying to find the where the difference was, because I think the D&D one gets rid of influence, but I was like, I don't think that's the same in icons. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll keep things moving. We'll say you're doing mental shield. That will accomplish what you want.
Works for me.
Give me a roll to do your stunt.
Okay, let me double check what my healing is. I think I already
That's
healed
going to
today
cost you
once.
your determination.
Okay, that is going to be a 10 total. I don't really have anything to add to that.
And okay, 10 total.
I don't get to add plus 3 because I'm using it for the stunt, right? Yes.
Yeah, Isaac kind of, his face, which was stone like everybody else's, kind of, he kind of shakes his head a little bit. And, Ulyss, is that you?
Yes, we greet you. Are you well? Are you back?
I can hear his voice in my head.
We require your assistance. You must assist me in stunning all of your allies. They cannot be hurt, but we must make sure that they cannot be chosen to rise against the rest of us.
I don't know if I can do it.
Isaac, please.
Give me a willpower roll.
Ooh. Oh. 7.
I can't do it. It hurts too much.
Isaac.
While you were talking with Isaac, Cadrax, you can hear management kind of, bickering with Vion. Oh, you can't because you're still in your bubble, right? Oh, okay, yeah. So you can see management kind of pacing back and forth and talking out loud to somebody. Well, no, he would be doing it by telepathy. So you see management pacing back and forth, looking very annoyed.
No, that fills in everything I need to know. They must be talking to me.
What do you want to do?
I would like to invisibly, inaudibly whack the ever-living caboodle out of this man.
All right.
Whack that man.
Give me a prowess roll.
Mm-hmm.
So you go flying into the room towards him.
Shield. That's a 19.
Oh.
Okay. You go flying into the room straight at management, and you just blast him. Like a second before you connect, he kind of turns as he can kind of hear your thoughts, but it doesn't matter. He can't move quick enough. He's kind of just some old man. Doesn't really have a lot of physical prowess. You hit him hard. He goes flying across the floor. You can tell you have really, really damaged him. And he kind of looks up and he's like, oh, you're going to pay for that. And at that moment, he vanishes. Now, the thing about mind control in this game is it comes with an extra called merge. And when he vanishes, Benny's body stands up. And you hear a voice, different cadence than Benny, and says, Oh, I'm going to like this. Your friend can do quite a bit of damage. And he suddenly starts to grow and pops through the ceiling, erupting into lava. He grows up all the way as high as, let's say, level 10, 20 stories to no, what's your max?
If yours aura always has to be 1.
Or it has to be 1. So he gets to level 9. Sorry, thank you. 18 stories tall. And he walks over the side of the ship, stepping into the harbor. And he looks around and he says, I think it's time I got out of here. You will probably want to save all those people. And he turns and creates this lava kind of ball, big fireball in his hand. And he pitches it at the dock, and it goes flying along the dock, and the whole dock and all the buildings and cars in the parking lot erupt into flames, and you can see people all over the place go screaming. And he turns and creates another lava ball and throws it out towards one of the ships in the harbor. And the ship he throws it at is like this tanker, and it hits the side of it and kind of just melts right through the lava, and the ship starts to sink from the middle, falling down. And then management goes, have fun. And on that, Benny, you wake up immediately, shrinking back down. Your lava goes out, and you are so exhausted as you drop into the water and start to sink. Vion, you heard this all through the earpiece. So did Ulez. Cadrax, you saw it happen. Let's start with you. What do you want to do?
So he disappeared and has
His
not
body,
reappeared.
yes, his body vanishes when he merges with another person. That is per the rules. And then he can reappear essentially wherever in range he wants.
Right. That's really the thing, because yes, under any other circumstances, I would be saving as many civilians as I possibly could, but you must understand, Rickbud, that if you mess with one of us, Ping, where this man? I want to do a thwack.
Whack this man.
Give me a ping roll.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to be super high right now. That is indeed a 6, but because it's not good right now.
Too many people now racing around on the dock for you to pin down who one of them is.
Is anyone walking? Do I see anyone walking away?
Oh, you see people running in every which direction.
Walking
right,
calmly.
they're running. Who's walking calmly?
No, you can't figure out which one's him.
Okay, not with eyeballs. If I use eyeballs, okay.
No, you were too far away, but also it's like, there's fire, there's smoke, there are people running around screaming.
Very well. I would like to make a determined effort. I would like to shift back so that I can ping with a determined effort.
Okay. That'll cost you your...
It will cost me my determination, but you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Okay.
Give me another ping roll.
All right. Now I can roll with my power. All right. 17.
Okay. You still just clock a lot of people running all over the place. There are some people walking, some people running. You can't quite tell why anybody's doing anything. They could be old. They could be, carrying something. But I'll say, if you want, there are a couple of slow moving forms in the smoke on the dock down below.
All right.
You fly towards that. Benny, you are sinking in the water unconscious. Ulez, what are you doing?
Teleport.
To where?
Teleport into the water.
You don't necessarily
Which I can't super see.
Yeah, you don't know that happened right now. So
I could. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
you
only
floating.
heard
Oh,
him.
jeez. Yeah, I mess up.
That's
not even the mess with one of us. I didn't know you think. I'm so sorry.
You only heard him, talk about, you have to deal with that trouble and stuff. So that something is going on above. You possibly heard some of the explosions, but you don't know what happened with Benny or how any of that stuff happened.
What is going on? Has my assistance required? On my communicator.
Dion, you hear that, and you heard also all the same things Ulez did. Kadrax, you hear Ulez.
Was I still telepathically connected with that dude?
Yeah, you were. So you probably heard, what he was thinking to a certain extent. You certainly heard all the words he said. I don't know if that's enough to get you, that what happened to Benny.
Well, we don't know where Benny is. Okay, well, what I'll say is I cut off astral projection. I appear back in my body.
Okay.
I cast flight on myself, and I fly out while in the earpiece. I say, Doc, did you see what happened?
I saw what happened, but I cannot find the man.
That's all right. Do you know where Benny is?
She is in the water.
Okay, great. Keep your search going. We'll find Benny. Don't worry about it. And as I see the damage from above, I'm gonna relay to Ulez. I mean, you just heard that, but I'm gonna be like, Benny's in the water somewhere, Ulez.
On my way.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast elemental control at level 7 on myself.
Water?
Yeah.
Fire?
Water.
Okay. Give me a roll to turn it on.
Okay.
While you're doing that, Kadrax, you zip down into the smoke. It's pretty thick. You are looking around. Give me an investigation roll.
All right. Oh, shit. Okay, come on. I don't really need this. I'm perfectly happy to give up. 14.
Vion, what did you get?
I got a 14.
Okay. You have element control water is turned on.
Great.
That is sort of like, telekinesis over water is kind of how
Yeah.
that works. Ulez, what are you doing?
Trying to show up wherever Vion is. I
right.
don't think Ulez has spent a lot of time in water, so
Yeah.
they're gonna hang out on the docks and like look.
Okay, give me a teleportation roll.
Okay. Like, are there any submarines at this dock? Is that like?
Nah, it's not one of those. It's a.
We're not near the wormhole.
Yeah, you're not near the wormhole, right? Yeah, it's not Astro.
Well, that was a pitiful roll. That is a 2 on the O, so that goes off, and a 7 on teleportation.
Okay, so you bamf and just kind of reappear in another spot in the same cargo hold, just maybe on the other side of the kids now. And Isaac kind of, still struggling, kind of looks over to you and he's like, can you get us out?
Oh, yes, yeah, we can. No, we can't. Is this cargo space hold empty, or just kids in here?
Yeah. Why? What do you want to do?
They need out. I can teleport a couple of them, but I don't AoE teleport.
You don't AoE teleport.
Not more than 3,
I feel like you've taken more than that at a time. I'm going to say you can take 5 at a time, if you want.
I'll spend the rest of my time doing that, bringing them not even onto the docks, because those might be up in flames. We're going to look for safety on land.
All right, maybe to that parking lot you saw before.
Perfect.
All right, Ulez, give me a teleportation roll with your O die.
That's better. That's a 10 total and a 3 on the O die, so we are okay.
All right, you bamf the first group of kids over, and as you arrive, you can see them all kind of starting to wake up a little bit. Possibly management being hurt, being on the run is weakening his hold on them, but they're still, just kind of barely moving. They're not, not really fully back yet.
Okay.
And you head back. I'm just going to say that's one trip for the whole thing. Meanwhile, Vion, you come out of the cargo hold. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing I'm water bending. I'm just hitting every fire spot with just water.
Okay.
Like any lava or fire spot, I'm just splashing it with some ocean water. Just gonna use the environment around me.
Element control roll.
Oh yeah, this is 7+ roll. Let's go for gold. That's gonna be an 11.
Okay, you start bending the water just right out of.
I'm going with a natural
bay.
wave. I'm not even trying to do a whole thing. It's just make a big wave to go over that fire. Fantastic. I'm good.
Cadrax, standing in on the dock in the smoke, you see, about 50 yards away from you, management kind of hobbling. It looks like, you have heard him so much, he's kind of having trouble kind of staying on his feet and balancing, and he's headed away, and he kind of looks over his shoulder, and he sees you.
I look at him, and as I'm flying down, I fly over one of the cargo crates, and as I'm over it, I move down to it, kick, like when you're kicking off the side of a pool, to turn my momentum. And as I do that, as my foot makes contact, I want to use the crate as a resonator. Beware the moon, but more than that, beware me. Kick off, back toward the ocean, fly back to Benny. I'm going to let him go, and I'm going to go get her.
Wow. Yeah, and he hears that, and you can sort of, see some terror and confusion in his face, especially when he sees you turn around and doesn't quite understand what's going on.
Hey GM, they uphold their
Yeah.
oath. Can they have a point of determination for letting the bad guy go?
Hell yeah. You're also lucky you brought. You're
Hey.
so lucky that you brought your lawyer tonight. And
That's why I have to go get her.
Cadrax, give me. You fly down towards the water, dive into the water. Give me an investigation roll.
You know where I first got the idea of a ping?
Oh, ping roll? Give me a ping roll.
That's a 15 to be a very, very small submarine.
Okay. Your ping roll, there's a lot of stuff in the water now. The docks have burned, stuff fell in, but you are able to detect a human form that is now kind of falling towards the bottom, which is maybe, 50 feet down or something like that. It is almost just completely sank.
And I am not a nova of a light. I have a few scars that have a little glow, so it is not illuminating when I gather Benny into my arms. But as we rise back out, Benny is now in my sound bubble, the one I had to protect us, the one I didn't have in a moment when I needed to have protected her. But now that she's inside it, she could hear a pale imitation, the child singing along to the radio version of the music I used to hear. Benny joins my choir.
Oh. You zip over to Benny, grab them, and fly towards the surface, shooting up into the air out of the water, carrying Benny. Benny, as the oxygen comes to you, you kind of start coughing up some of the water in your lungs. And to keep things moving along, Benny, you come to. Cadrax brings you on the dock. Vion is using water and putting out the fires on the ships. Ulez has been teleporting the kids out of the cargo hold, and once management has sort of abandoned the scene, the kids start to wake up a little. He has either abandoned his hold on them or been so rattled by the attack that he lost it. The Department of Investigation shows up with Leon Neal to take charge of the scene. As they start cleaning up the scene, a cab pulls up, and Veronica gets out, and she says, she comes running over towards you, Ulez, and she's like, "Mr. Neal told me where to find you. I woke up in some hospital."
Are you well?
Yeah, I think I'm okay now. I don't remember.
What happened?
This guy, he showed up at Golden Gardens, and then kind of everything went black. And then the next thing I know, I'm in a hospital. I kind of remember being in the street and sort of talking with you for a second, but it sort of seemed more like a dream.
Oh, well, we might have some new problems on our hands. Maybe it's best that my allies and everybody from Golden Gardens meets together and talks about the consequences of what has occurred the past 48 hours.
And I'll say, as the scene calms down, you take the kids back to Golden Gardens, and tell them all about what happened, and afterwards there's just kind of like a silence in the room, and then Veronica says, Liz, thanks for saving us.
Of course.
You know, I'm sorry I did those things. Can I still be your junior detective?
Yes. Yes, you can. Those were entirely against your will. They were against everybody's will. That kind of control is nefarious and it is wrong. That is the kind of power that needs to be stopped because that it does not help anybody. It just hurts. And we can't let that happen.
You know, I still miss Hector Peralta every day. He used to call himself the gardener, you know, because this is Golden Gardens, and he was the one who helped us grow up. But now that's you. You're the gardener here. And today was a hell of a challenge for any gardener. And you rocked it.
Thank you.
We thank you just for being such a great person, Liz. Can I hug you?
Yes. Hug accepted.
And she gives you that hug. And Benny, how you doing?
Are we all?
Would you consent to a sleepover?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, she would be. Yeah, she'd probably just like. Yeah. Yes.
I think Catrax asks that while we're here. To be perfectly honest, I don't know that they let go until they have you home in their apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before you head off to the apartment, Leon Neal kind of shows up at Golden Gardens, and he said, "Hey, glad I caught you, Leon. I got something on that little matter you asked me about.
Yeah.
So I got no record of a homicide victim named Daniel Sizik.
Okay.
I did find something that might interest you. Back on July 9th, an anonymous witness called the Department of Investigation and reported a man fitting Sizik's description was gunned down in broad daylight in the Badenbrook neighborhood of Riften, outside of a restaurant called The Taste of Astrovia.
Okay.
The alleged killers were a man and a woman in a pickup truck, and the witness took down the license plate, and it turns out the truck was reported stolen by a business called Oakgate Solutions.
Okay.
Does that mean anything to you? And while you are thinking about whether that means anything to you, we're going to call this a game.
Well, this is not a game. We are not playing with this man.
Sorry to go so far over, everybody. That was a great one. Oh my God, Cadrax returning the favor. Real quick, let's go around the table. Tell the wonderful people where they can find you, starting with Caitlin Bruder.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Bruder, and I'm feeling very emotionally compromised. This is the only show I'm on right now. We're on summer break for Rule of Lore, so you'll catch me here, and you can find me on Twitter at KKAMABR, and anything else that I do, I will post there. Thanks for watching. You guys are great.
Omar Najam.
Hey everyone, I'm Omar Najam. You can find me at Omar Najam on Twitter. I am on the show Bainsbreak over at Pixel Circus on Tuesday evenings. We've got a couple episodes left in this season, so check that out. Also, I can now officially share it. I've been allowed to, I believe, or at least I won't get yelled at as much. But I got to work on the show Miss Marvel. So check that out. It is premiering in a couple days. In 3 days from now, I believe. Check it out, and I'll have... Yeah, check out. Again, I don't know how much I'm allowed to share. Check it out, and then we'll talk next week.
I cannot wait to see the show. I cannot tell you. Oh my God, I love that character, and it looks fantastic. Be Zelda.
Hey all, I have been your non-binary busy bee. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. I am a podcaster, TTRPG streamer, and the community manager for D&D Adventures League. If you want to catch some of my shows, I think I'm actually just streaming on Saturdays and Sundays. It's nice. I don't know what happened. So catch me on Roll for It, where I am playing Chauncey Chimney, the gossipy, outrageous little house hall boy who just wants to write a book and lie about everybody.
And I'm Rick Bud. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at rbud913, or you can follow the show at Powerplay RPG. I will be back here next week with these 4 people, and I promise you, next week is a big one. Big, important, pivotal, crucial. You don't want to miss this one. And on that, the credits end and the theater goes dark, and we are in Astrovia. It is October 1st, 2021. It's night, and we are in a small, unimpressive office. It is crammed with filing cabinets. The lights are fluorescent, and they kind of barely work, blinking and fritzing at kind of random intervals. And there is a desk in the middle of the floor, and behind it sits a man in a button shirt and a cardigan. I'll say he's played by Morgan Freeman. And across from him sits a younger man who I'll say is played by Joe Keery from Stranger Things. And between them on the desk is a chessboard, and they are deep in the middle of a game, and neither is saying anything. They're both just kind of staring silently at the board. And the older man kind of glances at his watch, and then he says, "As your boss, I am ordering you to make a move." And the younger man kind of looks up from the board and nervously locks eyes with his boss. But before he can say anything, a phone rings in an adjacent room. And the younger man gets up, and he gets out of his seat, and he goes to answer it. And while he's gone, the boss just kind of stares at the board. And after a few minutes, the young man returns, and without looking up, the boss says, "Who was that at this hour?" And the young man says, "An American named Vion Vigor. He's from Port Ruby, and he wanted to ask you questions for a movie he's writing, and I get to be associate producer." And still staring at the chessboard, the boss says, "What did you tell him?" And the young man says, "I told him you were in the field and that he should make a formal request for information." And the boss says, "Good boy, Boris. What did he want to know?" And Boris says, "He was asking about a Daniel Sizik." And at the mention of that name, the boss finally looks up from the board and he says, "Really? Daniel Sizik? That's what he said?" And Boris says, "Yes, Teo. So what?" And Teo says, "So what is that we might have a very big problem." And as he reaches for the phone on his desk, we cut to black. Thanks for playing with us.